I don't worry, man.
You good?
Yeah, same. Alright, once again, we are the Hebrew Israelites and we're giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Alright, we are out here prophesying to our people, the Negroes, Latinos, and the natives, that they are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Right? We are the prophesied about, or the prophetic nation of Israel, right? That the scriptures speak about. Right? Right now we're in some dire times. We're in a time where prophecies are most important. Right? What we need the people to know is that the Bible is a book about prophecies, a book about history, and a book about nationality. Right? That's what the Bible is really about. Each nation on the planet is written in the Bible. Right? But through of the conquest of the so-called white man, you have lost your biblical names and heritage. Right? So we are out here prophesying what's about to happen and bringing you back to that heritage. Right? Because we are not these proverbs and bywords that we are called. Right? For example, Trinidadian, Barbadian, Tobagonian, Guyanese, Grenadian, African American. Right? We left the ship, we left the west coast of Africa, right, as a nation of people, and we were scattered to different islands. And then all of a sudden we came to the islands that we were on. That's craziness. Right? We left as Israelites. The Hamites rounded up the Israelites and sold them to the so-called white man who are the Jews today. Right?
That's right. Oh, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and 1. It said, behold, speak out in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Yeah, speak out the words of prophecy. Right? And because we have lost our heritage, right? The prophecy is that we're going to be, 2/3 of our people are going to be put to death. The prophecy also is that our enemies, which is our adversary, the so-called white man, and Satan and the devil, all those are synonyms for the same man, so-called white man. You all know him as the Caucasian man, the European man, right? The Ashkenazi Jews that up there in Israel today, right? They're going to be put into slavery. Just like how we was in slavery, building their kingdom, their paradise. They're going to be put into slavery for 1,000 years, and then they're going to be put to death.
Right. It says, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right.
It says, and come, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yeah, cause them to be written in paper because they are faithful and true. So that's the record, right? They were first written on scroll, papyrus paper, roll up as scrolls, and now they're in a book, compiled, right? Not in chronological order, not in historical order, matter of fact. Right? Go ahead.
That's because they corrupt the doctrine, meaning that when they interfere with this book, everything wasn't placed back in order. You know, but through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Most High give us the understanding, starting with the apostle. You know, that we know that Luke is before Matthew. You know, so there's all a stumbling block for these so-called Christians. You know, and in chapter 5 it said, behold, thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring a plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, and that plague is about to happen. That's what we're prophesying about. Right? That plague going to come starting with the falling away first of the present day currency. Right? What you all know as currency as money. Right? Money was actually tangible in past. Money couldn't be destroyed. There was gold and silver. Right? But what you all have now is IOU notes, paper that could be destroyed. Right? Money has to be put into a safe. Right? If a fire hit that safe, that money can get burnt up. But real money is tangible, gold, silver, other precious metals and stones. Right? Land, inheritance.
Yep.
Right? But what they corrupted the truth of the Most High, right? In order to hide the wickedness or their wicked intentions and the wicked people that they are. Right? Which they are the devil. They were designed to be the evil on the planet. The devil. You see that? The devil. Right?
This is Daniel chapter 7 and 25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall weary out the saints of the Most High.
Yeah, they shall speak great words and weary out the saints of the Most High. Right? We, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the natives are the saints of the Most High. Right? The elect of them. Right? The great words is the philosophies, the doctrines, the lie, the religions. Right? Christianity being the main one, stepping out of the Roman Catholicism. Right? Then Islam. Right? All those are the great words to move you away from the true heritage, which is that you are Negro, Latinos, and the natives are the Israelites. Right?
Just to back up what you're saying to us, one of the lies too is that the so-called money that they give to us, right? This federal dollar, that is real money, you know? But hey, it's really not real money, it's just a lie. You understand? Real riches are what the brother said earlier, you know? Cattle, you know, gold, silver. You know, hey, matter of fact, real riches is this truth. You know, there's real riches. You know, it's a, and they change time and law. You know, laws are being changed on us. You know, and this who so-called white man. You understand? They is the one that changing times on us. You know, because really truly, hey, you don't know exactly what time this is, because they say that this is the year begin at this time in the 1st of January. It's a lie. They tell us that our Messiah was born on Christmas Day. It's a lie. You understand? This thing is pagan. You understand? They tell us we so-called black. Nobody's black. Black is a color.
It's a color, not an ethnicity, not a race.
You understand? It's not a nationality.
Yeah, I get it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie?
Yeah, they changed what? The truth of the Most High into a lie.
God.
Right? So, hey, these people here, they have been brainwashed. Right? They have been brainwashed by the captives, by the enemy. Right? And they say we brainwashed. But we actually been liberated.
Yep.
Because knowledge is power. Right? Let's go into it a little bit. We're going to show you the atrocities of our enemy, the so-called white man, and the beginning of his rule, and the beginning of this life, this reality, this realm that the people are in and complacent with. We're gonna show you what they did to reach where they are right now. First Maccabees chapter 1.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, and
The Macedonian.
Macedonians who came out of the land of Chittim had smitten Darius the king of Persians and
the Medes. The
Medes that they reigned in his stead.
Right, so prior to the Greeks was who we know to be the so-called white man today. Prior to the Greeks, the rulership was what? The Medo-Persians, which was really the Elamites, right? It was really the Elamites, right? So the Elamites came down, their rulership came down by who? This man, by the son of Philip the Macedonian, Alexander the Greek, or Alexander the Freak, right? Because he was a homosexual. He was a what? He was into to bestiality. He used to have sex with his horse, you know. He was really a creep, because I think his parents had just forced him to sleep with a woman. If it was either him or it was this next one. Oh gosh. Oh, Marcus, I was here, I didn't remember his name. Someone see I couldn't even watch that because it had like it had the Sergio Bourget movie on Showtime and thing. But then watching his one was really sick, because he used to lie down, he used to have orgies with man, woman, and animals. Okay, his name, someone see boy. Anyway, it will come back to me. Go ahead.
The first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
Right, because he was great. He actually conquered the known earth, which was around the Middle East. Not the Middle East, but around Greece, Rome, that area right there, he conquered the kings that was ruling at the time, right? But
and went through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations.
right, go ahead.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who
Right.
came
Tributaries.
upon him, unto him. And after these things he fell sick.
Right, so, yeah, he conquered these nations and they had to pay him a tax, right? They had to pay him a tax because he was in rulership and he still is in rulership. But he's hidden as the so-called.
Read it on. And after those things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable.
Right. Yeah, he called his servants that was honorable. He didn't have any children because I think that sickness that he got, if I'm not mistaken, they said that he had gotten herpes. Right? He had got a sexually transmitted disease. But he didn't have any kids. Right? So he couldn't leave because their nature is to leave their lands and their inheritance onto the children. Right? Go ahead.
Psalms. Psalms 49. Psalms 49. 49 verse 11. The inward thought is that the houses shall continue forever, and the dwelling places to all generations.
Come on.
They call the lands after their own name.
Right? So this is one of the ways that the so-called white man makes himself immortal. Right? By leaving his lands after their name, calling these places after them, so that they will live on. Go ahead.
I guess some.
Go ahead.
I say verse 30. This their way is their
Daniel, something. Verse
folly,
6.
yet their posterity approve their sayings.
Come on, bring it back again, Salakia.
Say this their way is their folly,
This their way is their folly.
yet their posterity approve their sayings.
Right, their posterity. Go ahead, break it out.
Meaning their lineage,
Come on.
their family line approve it. They approve it from the generation.
Come on. Right, go ahead. Yeah, you go
Verse
ahead.
6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
Right, so he parted his kingdom, his rulership among his servants, but also Greek men. Go ahead, Pam.
This is Daniel chapter 7 verse 6. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
Right, the 4 wings of a fowl were his which were the 4 men that he set up before he died. Right? When he split his kingdom. We'll go into that after. Go ahead.
Alexander 4 men.
Yeah, come on.
It says, the beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it.
Yeah, dominion was given to it, rulership. Right? Come on. Go back.
Verse 7. So
Go read over verse 6 on about Wakasha.
Okay. Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
Right, and them. No. I have Seleucus, Antiochus, Ptolemy, and Lasmatius. Come on. Go ahead.
Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bear rule everyone in his place.
Oh, Salaki, I don't remember the name. Caligula. That was in another abomination. He was sick bad, boy. Caligula. He was a dread homosexual, no, he was into pedophilia. Yeah. Yeah, come.
Read it on. And his servants bear rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakata, Kodash, Wa, Kodash, Raka, on the comment board. Brother Bayaram, go ahead.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Right, after the death of Alexander, people comes on the four men.
So did their sons after them many years.
So that is how the pass on the kingdom from the men, pass it down to the sons. From generation to generation. Right now there's more.
And evil were multiplied in the earth.
Evils were multiplied in the earth. That is when everybody. That when earth started to get wicked. That when.
That's the beginning of what we are today.
And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king.
Right, I have a quick precept. It says Proverbs 29 and 16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall.
When the wicked is multiplied, you see much trouble. Who's the one poisoning all the water? Who's the one seeking out when he needs to get some person? He's doing all the experiments upon the good.
Yeah, having all people right now worshipping after these idols, worshipping after these festivals like Christmas and New Year's and all this kind of bullshit. The next major festival that they have is what? They have to worship Bacchus and Dionysus, which is the one and the same, right? Carnival, worship of the flesh. Carni, flesh, and Val, festival of the flesh. Going back to the ancient pagan worship of Bacchus, right? But the Greeks call him Dionysus, where he was an Andromedon, right? Where you know as a transvestite today, right? Where you have them transsexuals, they have breasts, they take the hormones to increase their breasts, right? And they still have their penis, but they look like a woman. They have that soft, effeminate manner, right? That is the worship of Bacchus. That is Bacchus, the god of that. He's also the god of like euphoria, right? You know, parading in the streets, right? That's the history of the wickedness that these people do it, right? But they don't want to hear that. They just want to do what feels right to them. You understand? Well, something. This is book of Zachariah.
From that time to now, he saw perfect wickedness.
Come on. Hey boy, Akbar, I don't drop the camera for you. Hey! Hey, that's the man. In the kingdom, you'll be a giant. Yeah, but Shem Yahushai at the Zah.
This is Zechariah chapter 7 verse 12. Verse 11, it says, but they refused to hearken and pull away their the shoulder and stop their ears that they should not hear.
Right, they refuse to hearken. Because right now is a great time. This is time of wisdom. No longer we in darkness, right? Because we are the light unto the Gentiles, right? Look, we out here in the promenade in South. See, they corrupt and they have the other nations. But guess what? They don't want to hear this word. But if he was an entertainer preaching folly, right? They say folly rule it in great dignity, right? If we speaking folly, if you were rich men, they would have one part to do with us, right? But the wealth of knowledge that we have to offer, they don't want. All right? Go ahead.
Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone.
They make it as an adamant stone, a hard stone. Right? They stopped up, they seal in the way. Anyway, the scripture said the conscience said with a hot iron. Right? Go ahead.
Lest they should hear the law and the words which the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua of force, has sent in his spirit.
Yeah, lest they hear, but the Most High don't want, because they to be judged for the wickedness in past lives and this present one. Right? Yeah, they're acting their role. Right, go ahead.
By the former prophets, therefore came a great wrath from the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua of force.
Verse 10 in First Maccabees. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right, of the kingdom of the Greeks. And the Greeks are the so-called white man, the Edomites today. Right, the biblical name is Edom. Well, Esau is the father of the race, and the biblical name of the race is Edom. Well,
in those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Right, so they in what? That wicked root, what he said, that wicked root was Antiochus, and he pushed, or he propagated evil on the people. Right? He was about Hellenizing the people, getting the people to do their customs, the Greek customs. Right? The Greek way. Now the Greeks, or the so-called white man, they have a way that they will let you keep your customs, but they will intermingle it with theirs. Right? That is that callaloo, or that pepper pot, or religion and doctrine that they have ruling the world today. You understand? But that's not true. Christianity and paganism. Because that mixing down is not concentrate. Mixing down is actually making it water down. Right? The true concentrated doctrine is the word of the Bible. Right? What we're supposed to do, the laws, and how we're supposed to keep them and be found favorable inside of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go ahead. So let's hear the abominations and the atrocities that they push on the people.
You know?
Yeah, in those days.
In those days when there out of Israel wicked men.
Yeah, so he always had Stevie from Django. You understand? He always had these Uncle Tom. You know, these Uncle Ruckus. His Uncle Ruckus is the nigga that hate being a nigga. You understand? And like Bernie Mac in that movie, he ate his own black skin. You understand? He always had niggas like that. You understand? Go ahead.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Keith Rowley's, Patrick Manning's. You know, he was a Cushite. I can't call Barack Obama, but you understand? Men like Jay-Z to cause the people to go off. Go ahead.
That's some quick thing. Micah 3, verse 1 and 2. And I said, here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil?
Yeah, is it not for us to know judgment, to hate good? To love the good and hate the evil, right? We're supposed to know because Moses was given the law, statutes, and commandments to give, and he presented it unto who? The children of Israel. Just real quick, Salakia, anybody, give me Deuteronomy 29 verse 1. Anybody, real quick. To what? Salakia. Oh, I said wrong. Salakia. Oh, the wicked one.
29 verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Right. So we supposed to know righteousness. Because the covenant was given to who? The children of Israel. So read it back again so I can correct myself, Baba Kosha.
Right. It says, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones.
That's it.
Their identity.
No? Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. And because actually making a covenant with the heathen is actually taking that skin off the bones.
So carrying it back to what, the valley of dry bones. That's why the place was in a state before the prophets. Right? these bones, that's what the prophet say, what can these bones live? Right? Because if that flesh was already taken off, was just brought straight onto bones without knowledge, dead, doing dead works. Yeah, you go ahead, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 9, verse 21. Had not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor, and they can class that with the 2/3. And as some because right now making them you're making them unto dishonor right now, and you're making the men of great valor, which is me, unto honor. You understand?
Yeah, that honor and that glory will come when Yahweh Shai come and his elect are taken up. You know? In the meantime, we're just doing the work of the hopeful elect. And when he come, he'll take up the elect, transform them, and they'll come back down in that power and glory, that honor. So if they will say, are those the men? You know? Right. You have this to finish?
You want to finish in the mic, huh? Yeah, it says, right? Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh within the culture. Understand? Because like when they make the covenant with the Hebrew, whatever the case is, they go now to the rest of the Israelites now and basically tell them, guess what, in order for we to live like we do as the Romans do, basically in that sense. You understand? But that causing the people to sin. Same thing like with Jeroboam. Like what Jeroboam to Israel. You understand? Right?
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah.
But
Reading over verse 11. In those days, went out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make up a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
right, and this was the beginning of the nation. This was the beginning of the Gentiles. Right? This is the beginning of the Hellenists. Our nation, certain group of our nation becoming Gentiles. You know, falling away from our history and our nationality. Right? Because we're being forced to do so. Right? Go ahead.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Whereas before they resisted doing that. Anytime I Esther, anytime I Daniel, yeah, of course. Daniel refused to bow down to the statue of Nebuchadnezzar when he sung, you know. But here now, they forfeit that right. They went to get a license to do after the heathens. Understand?
That's some picking. Okay to go ahead now. Let's go ahead and celebrate Christmas. Celebrate New Year, you know. That's coming up, celebrate it.
This is Ezekiel 22:6. It says, behold the princes of Israel, everyone were in their behold the princes of Israel, everyone were indeed to their power to shed blood. Indeed have they set light by father and mother in the midst of thee, have they dealt by oppression with the stranger. Indeed have they vexed the fatherless and the widows. So basically saying here that everybody was in the power to do wickedness because what they get the authority from the Edomites.
Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
Right. Right. And the Colosseum also. Right. Gymnasium. Our gymnasium in the Greek means porno, or I think it's porno, or porne, which means naked. Right? if I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it goes. Because it's between the Greek and the Latin, right? It goes back to porno, which means porne, which means naked. Because in those gymnasiums, that place of exercise, they used to fight and make sport, right? That goes back to the bread and wine circus, right? They would be entertained. They used to use Jake to entertain them, right? Now what used to happen is that Jake, going back to the prophecy with, in Genesis 25, right? Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one shall be stronger. Jake is the stronger one, right? But the Greeks now, their dress code was what these togas, these big ass ropes, right? So what used to go on when they used to try to fight the Jake was always just naturally stronger. So they used to try to fight naked actually, right? They used to battle naked. So when they watch some of these artifacts from the Greco-Roman time, you always see busts of naked men, right? What?
And made themselves uncircumcised.
Right, they make themselves uncircumcised, right? They no longer follow after the law, statutes, and commandments, and they no longer circumcise their sons, right? That's something.
Right? That's why they call it Salak.
Leviticus 26 verse 17. And I will set my face against you, and he shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and he shall flee when none pursue it. You.
When you're talking about that is when they become uncircumcised. Also, that is when, as the brother was saying, that is when they begin to become Hellenized. That is why in Ephesians 2, around verse 12, somewhere around they say, in times past you were called the uncircumcision or the circumcision. You understand? That was back in this time here. Right? That is the Gentiles that the scriptures was talking about. The uncircumcised or the circumcision. Right?
And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. And joined
the nationality. Yeah. You know?
And joined themselves to the heathen.
Yeah, the join of themselves to the ways of the heathen. That's why scripture said that depart from Babel. You know?
And was sold.
So like before you go too far, I'm just going back on that place of exercise, right? The second Maccabees chapter 4, verse 12 to 13. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them to wear a hat. Now such were as the height of a Greek fashion in an increase of heathenish manners.
The confidence where
The feather, right? But that was the custom of the Greeks, right? It says, now such was the height of the Greek fashion and the increase of the heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, right? Well, that was just a touch on that. You can go back there.
And was sold to do mischief. Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of the two realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy, and made war against
Ptolemy.
Right,
Ptolemy was an Edomite, that one of the generals that was set up before yeah, one of Alexander generals, right? He was ruling over Egypt at the time, or well, yeah, Egypt at the time. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This was prophecy, right? This is Daniel chapter 8, starting at verse 8. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and for it came up four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven.
Right, like a horn represents power.
And I'm going back to the diet which he was.
Right.
And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which was exceeding great.
Right, a little power, right? Exceeding great, growing, right?
Toward the south and toward the east and toward the pleasant land.
Right, and I'm trying to conquer all the land going towards the east, towards the south, you know?
And it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the hosts and of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them.
Yeah, it's a conquer the people, conquer the stars. I think it's a conquer the people, right, sir?
Gone.
So he went towards the pleasant land, that was Israel. That was Antiochus when he came against Israel.
And I think Ptolemy was the king of the south when he pushed towards the south. East after I can't remember one of the name right about now.
Seleucus, Lasmatius, and Antiochus.
So that small hall that grew exceedingly, and it's going to take over all them lands. And when we conquer the people, colonize the people in that area.
Yeah, now the scriptures say when the wicked people are man is hidden. So from that is when everybody started changing it because and it was said in the Apocrypha that all people should follow one law. And so basically they forgot their own way.
Their heritage. Follow one another.
Reading on. And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled.
When everybody in Egypt turned white, when that people said that conquer, take over Egypt,
Actually,
now they make
just to add on to that, it was called Mizraim before that.
right.
You understand? Yeah, come on.
That's how the majority of Israel end up in Egypt. Because Ptolemy and Captain was a million Jews and captured them and brought them into Egypt to colonize Egypt.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt.
That's why I like them Egyptologists. When I say Egyptologists, I ain't talking about Esau, I'm talking about the stupid ass J. I'm talking about he's an Egyptian. But when you go through the course of history, you have 4 different people that was ruling Egypt. So which one of them people you is? Because all they ever say is an Egyptian. It had Esau, it had the Hyksos, it had the Sudanese, and then it had the sons of Mizraim. So which one of them people you is? If he's an Egyptian? Just put it in a broad sense as an Egyptian. Which one?
All them mummies they're talking about, which one of them mummies they white people?
You understand? Cleopatra, they always talk about Cleopatra. Cleopatra was an Edomite.
Edomite. Oh yes, I get that the other day.
You understand? Cleopatra was an Edomite.
Talk about Cleopatra.
Reading on. He returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude. And he entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar, and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof, and the tables of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold.
Right, that's something to back here right here. Daniel 8 and 11. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. Right? So, right.
Yeah, I had Daniel 1.
Nice, they always coming against Israel. When I saw somebody give it in Genesis 26, not 26, Genesis 27.
When you say you had
Nah, forget it. It's just going back to the goal.
So that verse 38, Genesis 27, start 38.
What now?
Yeah.
Genesis 20.
So,
And thou Adam,
And Isaac.
blessing to
Isaac.
his father.
Yeah, Isaac said unto his father.
Yeah, and that would that old hatred go back to. That old hatred. Scripture said the Most always put one against another. Look at the snake and the mongoose, dog and cat, Esau and Jacob. A hatred that they can't even understand
So like, yeah, my
in the
bad.
DNA to hate one another. Alright?
I was reading verse
Bless
13.
me, even me also,
Ah.
oh my father. And Esau lifted his voice
Go ahead.
and wept. And Isaac his father and swear.
Yeah, because that's after Jacob supplanted him, which was set up by the Most High. Alright, was set up by the Most High. Alright, because some call Nomen, Omen, Yaikwab means what? He shall supplant. Alright, and he supplanted Esau and took his birthright. Made him sell his birthright and then supplanted him and take his blessing. Alright? So all that hatred stemmed from that. Go ahead.
And swear and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, the fatness of the earth. That is why Habakkuk say you can never stay at home. You're all over the place. Alright? Go ahead.
And of the dew of the heavens.
I only say the fatness of the earth. You see like in Congo, you see in all these places, you destroy the places to take what? The natural resources. So all the wealth of the countries, that's why the scriptures say the nations are mad. Alright? The nations are mad. What the scripture say in Habakkuk? It says, woe unto him that taketh wine and put it into his neighbor and tell him drink to make him drunken to look upon his nakedness. Alright, and that is what Esau do. Esau run over there and get them so-called Africans, them Hamites, Christianity. Alright, get them Christianity, get them sweet Jesus to worship and rape them of the resources. So while the nations over there worshiping Caesar Borgia, they're going mad off that, but Esau reaping the benefits. So the fatness of the earth is taking everybody, the riches of all the people. Alright, go ahead.
And the dew of the heavens from above.
Go ahead.
And by the sword
Yeah,
shall...
because look at Esau. Every time you see somebody advertising some holiday, some vacation, whatever the case is, some cruise, it's always Esau. Esau always in them cruise. You think you could go, you can pay money to go to Dubai and spend a week in Dubai? Esau might spend a night in France just to eat dinner. Alright? Then go Europe just to eat breakfast. Go and bathe in the sea in Barbados. And that is his daily life. And guess what? That ain't even doing nothing to his pocket.
Goes to show that there's a kingdom, there's a heaven.
You understand? Everything in this kingdom belongs to Esau. But guess what? We got next. We're gonna rule next.
Yeah.
Because this world's supposed to be ours. The world was made for our sakes. But we seen dogs have come past me and ruling it. Right? Go ahead.
And by thy sword
You can imagine them East Indians. These East Indians come from India. Alright? And should they call we niggers and tell it, say we's dogs, and basically trying to run us out of this country where they meet us. Alright? And why you don't go back to India if you don't like us so much? Go back over there and catch your ass. The reason you living so lavishly is because of us. What did Laban say? What did Abimelech say? The Most High blessed me through you. The Most High with you, so the Most High blessed Jacob's hands. So even if we low estate, the Most High still blessing us because we making the nations rich. But we can't make ourselves rich because we're in captivity. You understand? That is why they say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Because if it wasn't for us, these nations could have never been this wealthy as they are right now. Alright, go ahead.
And by the sword shall thou live.
Yeah, by the sword. You can't shoot better than Esau. Esau living by the sword. Because Esau is a pussy. Anytime any war over there in the Middle East, he send it over his drones. Unmanned drones. Why you don't go over there and rat-tat-tat-tat himself? Because he can't. Alright? Esau can't fight against them Russians, fight against North Korea hand to hand. Esau can't do that. They are blasted transvestites now in the army. Alright? Go ahead.
I shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass.
And that's why Sodom and Gomorrah and them lose that war back then. Because once that transvestites was in the kingdom, so there was women, so they couldn't win. Alright? That's why Abraham had to go and collect back Lot and the people. Because
I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Is that blood?
You understand? Because once that woman was in the army back then, Sodom and Gomorrah, they spread spiritual Solomon Gomorrah is the same thing. Was it a woman and Esau army?
The feminine as well. The women more married than the men. It's a big change around that.
It had some parade they had the other day with the men marching with high heels.
Yeah.
What, soldiers? Soldiers?
Yeah. He saw soldiers marching. You understand? He saw his mangina to the highest degree. Go ahead.
As shall come to pass, when thou shalt have
Now why they
dominion.
implement what? Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
You're gay, I ain't gonna ask and you don't tell. So you can be gay as much as you want. That is the world we live in, where you can marry a blasted animal. Now why the Most High come and destroy Esau?
That's
right.
Scripture said that mighty men have basically become women. And they are women. Good.
I shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, and thou shalt break his yoke off his neck.
You understand? And that is what they do. They break with yoke. Our yoke off their neck, right? So right now they're ruling over us. You understand? So they stamp the residue to pieces and they come in Israel back then and till then until now they're ruling over us. But the Lord gonna turn everything to his right course in natural order. Most are gonna put everything back to this natural order. Because Esau had a go. Alright? Imagine you see videos, Esau telling them Hispanics to go in their own land. Right? Right? Esau telling them Hispanics to go back in the own land. You pop a wall so that they can't come in their own land.
So like, yeah, because I was even watching Travel Channel today, and you know, parts of South Texas,
Somebody give me Ezekiel 36:6.
or West Texas going down. I can't remember it good, but they
Jeremiah
infringe.
12:16.
They basically infringe and go across into Mexico and claim it as their own. You understand?
Hey, but the scripture says, who shall rouse him up? Can I rouse up? One thing to make Jake rouse up is lack of food.
And mess with the woman.
You understand? Lack of food.
Yeah, like I put it, Jake is getting fixed.
All that thing with Black Lives Matter and thing. Yeah, you might see the burn a little time, they might do a little thing. Let food run out. You can see how much Jake can rat.
They might end up on this side, they might do it from the
You understand? Just let the food run out. The food, that lack of food gonna make Jake rise up. They say, nah, fuck that shit. I ain't going through this. When they come to the bill, when they say an angry, hungry man is an angry man, they was talking about Israel. You understand?
How much men in love till dead because of food is men hungry. There's kicks.
You see something that's kicking on a defense. It's going to next month.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, your friend and all. They become your enemy, your closest friend.
Yeah, there was a video a couple of years back, about 3 or 4 years back, right there out on Pinto. It was a big thing. Some brethren were staying together in a house, and they cooked dumpling and stew chicken. Right, and like the main man who spend the money now, but when he comes, is only dumpling and no chicken, and barely no gravy. It's big fight. It was a big fight. It was big on social media. A real big. The fight went from house to house to down the street. In the until chop up. Yeah, for food.
Yeah, Jake will kill for food.
If in school, it's a fight for box lunch. That box lunch right?
For government food, eh?
Jake killing for food. You understand? Go ahead. Because they kick us the scripture about taking a man's heritage. You understand? They pass out our land and they trying to claim it for themselves, and basically they don't want to give us back. Alright? Esau is a bastard. Because he realized he didn't have, it's like he didn't have no dwellings with Jacob, or with Isaac. So he's trying to take everybody else's heritage. Trying to be a Greek. You want to be a Roman. You want to be an African. Alright? You want to be Israel. Esau will be everything. But Esau, you understand? You don't want a name at all. You will be everything but Esau, you don't want a name at all.
I have a precept for you too, going back to the curses.
So like Esau just like Jacob. Because Jacob will be everything except Israel.
Can't.
You understand? Correct.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. And therefore thou shalt serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Yeah, until he have destroyed us, and that is legal right now, destroy us.
And we depend not on that yoke. We depend not on all what he had to give us. You understand? We can't live, not we, sorry, but 2/3. They don't want to liberate themselves from the way, hey, sis, let's sing that song. He said without money, all they can't eat. You understand? Call it, how Esau have the population program is that they have to work, make money to eat. But why don't work to make your food? You understand?
Now watch this, right? Now watch this, right? When you look up the word bank, right? The word bank means table. When you go further into this, this is a place where you still basically like exchange meat. Alright? So it's like you still go and barter on the bank, like you trade right there. You understand? You trade right there. But the bank now, where the bank system is now, is one person that controls everything. So you ain't going there to trade, you're going there to basically to borrow. And paper with a high interest rate. So that's how he had you dependent on him for everything. You understand? And higher balls in a clinch where you're living next to nothing, so you can't do nothing for yourself. Have to basically control every means then. So then everything you have to come to. Can't do it.
Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Yeah, for lack of bread, so they're gonna have pity upon their friend. So in that day when they have no money, when they have food, you might have money, but the money ain't gonna worth nothing because the economy gonna collapse. Alright? You people preparing for carnival, you don't spend out thousands on Christmas, you don't spend more thousands on carnival. Carnival is when next few weeks is carnival. You understand? Just next few weeks is carnival, you're gonna spend thousands again, and then boom, you might hear the economy collapse, and then it's your ass to catch.
Hey, scripture they say you come as a thief in the night. You understand?
That's something.
It's in Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, the love of many shall wax cold. They don't love right now. Nobody. Jake don't love one another. The Lord wasn't talking about all other people. He was talking about Israel.
I just say that Christmas thing is really a false sense of love because men don't only love men. On one day they will say love to all men.
Yeah, because they have free food.
Then they're going out the road.
Rum.
After they go out the road and drink, take two drinks, it's like killing themselves again. Talking about love. Fuck all the one day Christmas and all the one day New Year. Fuck away with that. All of them are a bunch of hypocrites too. They talk about love, and then all they go all the way and all they get away, all they want to kill each other.
So if you notice for Christmas, that's when everybody is family,
Yeah.
Because your brother, your sister, your auntie.
Yeah, they will allow. Hey, I was thinking about this the other day. They will allow anybody in the house that time, on that one day.
Can't.
But how about the other days? When they see men hungry on the road.
The camera is on.
When they come out and let them come in the house that day. But then that,
For the belly.
because all them niggas, all them love all them fucking belly too.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what I mean? When you think about it really, it's really a false sense of love. Talking about love for one day.
Nine love.
You know there's one can say all the best. Mine is I say all the worst. No, you know why you want all that, all the best.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 verse 10.
Yeah.
It says again, some friend is a companion at the table.
Yeah, friends is a companion when the table is full of food. After all the food and drink, that's all drink is about. After that food and drink done, and a friendship done.
That's how we know we true friend in this street. Because we have nothing.
Yeah.
I am not telling you. I can barely help myself.
True love is really discipline. When you come out and you keep these laws, automatically you love every brother. You know what I mean? That's true discipline and that's true love. I don't force it.
This is 1 John chapter 3 verse 18. It says, my little children, let us not love in word.
Yeah, don't love in no words. When they say Merry Christmas, what Easter always, but I go one day.
It says, be thy in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Yeah, that's what love really is. Love is discipline. To show your brother and love him every day. And love one day. And then you go on the road, as you go on, you take 2 drinks. You're going to kill each other. Niggas again, boy. I pure nigga shit in this place, boy.
And if I could say something to that, why Judah had to go off.
Yeah,
Judah had to go off in order to know where Israel themselves went through. So the Most High can have mercy on all. Sometimes you learn from another person's pain. When you actually go through something that somebody go through, you know how the fuck them feel. You can't talk about bullet hole. It's easy thing when you see a man thing and survive a bullet hole. When you get a bullet hole, you say, yeah, but I know in the same spot, but yeah, but I know what I feel, but the same spot thing. You understand?
Let's talk about love, right? How much men done dead for the yard? That was 7 months, that's right, as they talk about Christmas and New Year, I watch a video of a man busting a man's face on the ground, and everybody say, I'm going to fucking nobody is stopping fucking fight. They're right up inside it. A bunch of fucking niggas talking about Happy New Year. All of them need to die. That's why the most I say, he put terror upon all of them. All them need to die. All them need to go. This place need to get cleansed by.
That's how to do it with our
We are haters on the comment board.
Guys, I don't know what real love is.
We are haters on the comment board saying do a backflip.
Do a backflip?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we will do a backflip for your corpse.
I don't like hard wine. You got butler hard wine on all them. When I let niggas dead and gone, yeah. Then they'll be in the right mind. They will know what true love is.
Yeah, true love is just charity that us coming out here. Yahushua died. He went and he died for us. Because elect. Right, and we doing this work here. There's love, there's charity to wake up the sleeping elect, to bring them on the side, to prepare them for the.
These people when they pass and they hear stuff, they say, I don't love what they teaching hate, but this is really actually this love because what we trying to show you is
come back to nationality.
Trying to bring it back to the true nature, to the true nationality. You know what I mean? These people are here. When we tell you, say the truth is set you free. When we tell you the truth.
Hey, scripture also say, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah, because if you wouldn't like people, when we tell the truth. So we become what? We become an enemy. They say the enemy of the state. Or the enemy of the people wouldn't like me.
2/3 of the people.
They would like these poor-keeping pastors. They will love these pastors because these pastors have smooth words. Smooth, nice words, but they want to hear now.
This is 2 Peter 2 verse 12. But these as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed.
Yeah, they need to be killed and sent back in the spirit world. Well,
speak evil of things that they understand not.
Running on Christmas and talk about love. Then pushing all the children in front. They don't really love each other, Jen. They come out and killing each other. And the man bleed them, and people balling a good. And nobody in helping him, man. Nobody in stopping him from busting him and things. Well, that's crazy. There's a bunch of hypocrites, boy. That's all this world is about, boy.
Imagine.
Talk about Happy New Year. I don't want nobody tell me about no Happy New Year. I want this place to go.
That's right.
This place to go.
Imagine, you will show these people in the scriptures that Christmas is an evil thing and they tell you okay. Hey, and to tell you how Christianity is shit, on a Christian program today, they play Christian music, I think they tell Christian music, and then they say that here, so wait, this is a Christian program playing soca, right?
it's part. You see that it's part and parcel. Because the Catholic Church, what happened? The Catholic, which is the head of Christianity, no matter what they say, the Catholic Church will always give you Ash Wednesday after the first 2 days, or Carnival is always the 2 days before Ash Wednesday, where they say you can come now and get forgiveness of your sins. Why permit you to sin and then forgive your sins after? The scripture says, careful to add sin unto sin, be careful of propitiation to add sin unto sin. The scripture said the Lord didn't give us a license to sin. So, it's a lack of knowledge, hypocrisy, and just pure wickedness.
They actually telling people, yo, we'll go out and have other fun.
Yeah,
and Wednesday come.
You see, because the people program that, hey, guess what? If I give a tithe or offering or an arm, right, and come and take the ashes, I forgive them my sins, because this is the power that the pastor, the father, the priest, the deacon, the pope, and all these people have, but they don't have that power.
Originally, I believe it was like going out and reveling, was put in meat. Was put into meat. For them 2 days, you eat as much meat as you want.
Yeah, going back to the Shrove Monday and the Shrove Tuesday.
Eat as much meat as you want.
Feed the flesh.
Yeah. Now we go back to Carnival. And the Ash Wednesday was wherever sins it did prior to that and prepare for the 40 days where it would have been like on a fast. You understand? If I'm not mistaken, but it was something with meat.
Yeah. Shrove Monday and Shrove Tuesdays, it was about feeding the flesh, being like gluttonous to the flesh, and giving into the desires of the flesh, right? And then on the Ash Wednesday was the forgiveness of the sins.
Yeah. We basically go back to Babylonian custom, because the same 40 days was weeping for Tammuz. Yeah, going back to Ezekiel 8.
I show it somebody, they'll say what people let's say carnival is their thing. But they don't understand that carnival was a thing, was way back in ancient Babylon. People used to just dancing around making the same thing. It's not really different. You know what I mean?
Salakia, even the primary essence of carnival, right? Because if you watch, like you see, I call the buildings here, we have an upstairs, and if you watch the old colonial style houses that we would have had in Trinidad and the West Indies and these other places, some of the other islands they kept it, but due to the hurricane they get torn up now. But they would have verandas, right? What will happen is that the French and the Dutch and these people, what they would do, they would have the boars and the galas upstairs, and the slaves would be down on the street. And when they had that time, when they give them that time to revel, as they say, they used to be putting on the mask and making mockery of what they used to be seeing them doing up on top, right? But actually, the slaves at that time was actually giving mockery to the so-called white man. But now y'all join them and get worse than them, because at least they used to be wearing on gongs. The mask.
Mask with the red devil. Red devil. Yeah, representing Esau.
Santi Manite was a former teacher, them to forget the original name, who was the slave that came out with it, but that was actually, they used to fuck up the slave masters by singing Santi Manite.
Every carnival, right? When you read the papers on Wednesday, you see the woman and them getting more naked, and you're hearing about somebody. You always hear you're getting some story about somebody having sex or some kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing they used to do in ancient Babylon. In ancient Babylon, people used to be naked in the streets dancing. If you watch the people and them now, they're getting more naked and more naked every time they celebrate it. So that's going back to that same way.
It's waxing worse and worse.
It's waxing worse and worse.
That the transgender who actually get naked?
I have women that's been naked and just body paint.
This girl, she named Casper.
Yeah.
I think Casper, yeah. The police had to come and tell she found clothes.
Yeah, that was last 2007.
For a week. She just had on paint.
Yeah, she just had on paint. I don't know if
it's madness, why? And then women, they talk about respect. And I must respect you now.
Where you watching at?
Yeah, where you watching at?
I'm watching at you?
Just call it is expression of self. So you shouldn't come at me for me being free to expose my body, be expressing myself, but I wickedness.
Looking for the attention.
Yeah,
when
because
you're talking about
that's why you just get raped.
Exactly. You understand? You will put yourself out, you tempting man. You tempting man.
The scriptures talk about the lust of the eyes. If you dress modestly, you wouldn't put, I mean, it's man. Man imagination is go way beyond. You understand? But when you dress in half naked, you actually add into that. You helping that.
Men will always be men. You can't stop men from looking. A man will always look.
It's like they imagine.
You present it to him. You present it to him, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Esau now put rules and regulation and laws in place that what they're doing is right, and what you doing by wanting to take hold of that is wrong. Because Esau really wanted to be a homosexual. Because when they lock you up now, they're locking you up and putting you out. You understand?
Eddie Griffin did say to him one of his jokes. He said basically the way a woman just and the thing and they had the legs open, whatever the case says, the boy done stand up. So he down there now started to think. He said when he going over thing now, she like, what you want, what you think? He said, bitch, stop tricking my dick. You understand? Because what the way how you dress is like you tell him, hey, come and get me.
Signal you're giving the invitation, yo.
It's like they'll come with the cleavage all the way down here, but when you look, they tell you don't look. So like, cover up.
We're watching that.
Yeah, that's how we're looking at.
I tell you, chill, let me watch that bitch, you.
And the kings of this is so stupid. A prime minister, whatever the case is, will talk and say, well, they look for that. And whoever feminist rights, whoever the case is, will talk and he have to apologize. That's insane, sorry.
In fact, I think he had to submit to a resignation. Right? I think he had to resign. But that's bullshit, they look for that. You can't just come and just be a slut in the street. And then when somebody rape your friend, you should be all sorry. Come on, man. What the scripture said, he that do it wrong shall receive the wrong which he had done. If he ain't do it, you wouldn't suffer for it.
This ain't a kingdom, you know. This is a queendom. This is a queendom.
That's like somebody rich. Let me say like I rich, right? Let me say like me and this brother here rich, filthy rich. But he ain't showing off his wealth. Everybody know we rich. But he ain't showing off his wealth. He live in a normal house with barricade around wherever the case is. And he live in normal. But me now I live in lavishly. You know, I have all kind of cars. You seen gold as spraying. And everybody's saying that. I invited people in my house. They quicker come to me because they see what I have. You understand? So now when you dressing like half naked in the street, practically naked in the street, and you walk up a dark alley and 20 men say down here and see you walking up a dark alley, what think gonna happen? They coming in, chances are they gonna come.
A good example of that is King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah showed the king of Babylon everything and he sent this prophet. Can't remember the prophet at that time. But he say, when you show the king of Babylon, he say everything. He say, well, guess what? Everything when I get cleaned out. You understand?
You come and you show him with the content.
You understand?
Be careful.
The voice note on WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp. Don't wear all the gold. So if you get that one and you still going top now, and you get was you looking for it? Who faulted this? They get warned, they tell you, don't do it. You're going to still going to do it. And get your chain grab it down. Yeah, you can't.
Found it. This is Isaiah 39 at verse 3. Then came Isaiah the prophet, right, it was Isaiah, unto King Hezekiah and said unto him, what said these men and from whence came they unto thee? And Hezekiah said, they are come from a far country unto me, even from Babylon. Then said he, what have they seen in thine house? And Hezekiah answered, all that is in mine house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not shewed them. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, hear the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts. Behold, the days come that all that is in thy house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
mean, you come and take everything. You show them everything, so they'll come and take everything.
You show off too much.
You show off too much.
You never see come see.
Yeah.
Never see. That's exactly it. You never see come see.
You know them when some plots right after say, here's the Sin King.
Watch out, Israel.
Real thing, you know. Eh? We go play God with them for some few years and then after we go and take everything.
I'm on here
Yeah,
something.
that's why you don't set up yourself like basically in this truth. You can set up yourself in this truth. That's why the apostles is to be spiritual. Alright? Like you gonna do a video, say, hey, we're gonna kill the white man, you know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. You can be discreet. Alright, because when you say we're gonna kill the white man, what about prophesying? Alright? Yeah, that is what's gonna happen, but it could be discreet because Esau looking at you actually giving him a chance to build a case. Like you doing a video and saying that we're gonna take swords and we're gonna slash this and slash that. Then come like you're gonna give them no reason to run in your house and see part of ISIS. Just be discreet with your words.
Put your own self in jeopardy.
Or you could use your words against you to imprison you in the meantime. You're a terrorist.
We don't need to do no extra thing. What we need to do is get the only word.
That's why we say, Most High can destroy you white people. Yes, son. And we say it to the scripture, we say we can do it. It's the Most High.
I mean, the scripture says
He cannot use us.
the Most High,
Yes, sir.
the men, but nobody has that spiritual power yet. They wait on it. The scripture says wait on him.
To go back to
Rise up to the prey.
Maccabees.
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 22. And the tables of the shewed bread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veils, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold, and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre, and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned, the virgin and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of the woman was changed.
Yeah, that is what's going to happen. The future the woman going to change. Ain't you have no makeup in that? Because the scripture says the enemy going to come in like a flood.
Shalom, mark your great millstone forever.
Right? The enemy going to shalom. The enemy going to come in like a flood during martial law. Alright? The city done set up bringing US UN peacekeepers, troops. Alright? They come into so that when they speak in different languages, you can't reason with them for peace because they don't understand what you say. That's like what they was saying that was happening, I believe back in the concentration camps in Germany. Alright? Where they're saying that basically like the Jewish, they couldn't speak the same language like the soldiers. So basically they was crying out to them for mercy and they were just getting kicked off of them because they was understanding what they was saying. Alright, so you couldn't plead with them so that somebody will get sorry for you. So that way they do. Let me see like this country, English speaking, they might send Spanish or Dutch speaking soldiers to this country. Alright? To start out to keep up that martial law. Because the soldiers in the land, they might not want to do it. Because even in America, it have soldiers and police that say they're not done with that slaughtering American citizens. Alright? But guess what? Either might that would do it willingly. Because they had a hatred for Jake. Right? They had a hatred for Jake, but then it have some, we might say we have a heart that they wouldn't do it.
They share that in the movie Bright.
Well, I see that everybody talking about that movie. I even see this woman from Truth Unveiled. She and all talking about that movie. Truth Unveiled 777. She and all talking about that movie.
Yeah.
Take a look at it.
It's about it's racism, about corruption, about power. Showing you who resurrection, yeah, can't. Yeah, showing you that, well, the elves in the movie is either mites, they say the orc is the Jake, blood in, blood out, bravery, all that bullshit, all that wickedness. You know?
Witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft.
The orcs was the Jake, they had the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. And what they say about the Northern Kingdom, they selected there's a foolish nation.
Yeah, well, they have the orcs down in this one as degenerates too.
Understand? We are foolish nation. The scripture say, and he shall basically destroy him. He saw destroyers. The destroyers were meant to. Like if you ever watch this movie with Ice Cube, is I think is with the girl with forget the name of the girl, but basically he wanted to get with her and she had 2 children.
Not that.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Yeah, I think it is.
Right, are we there yet? When they was asking him what to play music, and he was singing Justin Timberlake, and he just eat on my music, and he said, Lord, these kids ethnically challenged. You understand? And that's how they destroy our heritage.
So like Zari said, Bushwick 2, it's about martial law.
Bushwick?
Yeah.
Understand? When you destroy somebody's heritage, you actually destroy them as a people. You destroy the culture, you destroy the people. Because when if you destroy the culture, if you don't destroy the culture, then the people have something to fight for. You understand? They have something to fight for. That's why Jake stopped fighting, because the culture don't destroy. You understand? The culture don't destroy.
The culture that they give us is a culture of being niggers, right? And basically they created the nigger, right? Because we came to them and they wanted all things, but they give us it in such a way, such a manner. Even the pollution, they come and they put the things to make it docile, to subdue you, so that they can't think outside the box, because Jake just naturally like that. You'll come across Jake who don't eat certain food. They go separate and you see Jake go eat fast food and shit. Them Jake they go to Bago. You see some of the youth across there, they're sharp. Yeah, they're sharp, right? But they still programmed because the parents had them feeling that, to be successful in, to be successful in this kingdom is the way to go. You understand? Take ISO schooling and excel.
Some people like a preacher supposed to be receiving more. Some kind of thing.
Yeah, you understand? That's how they destroy the heritage. That's why the scriptures talk about a forgetting, alright? A great forsaking in the land. Because when you watch Roots, that is when they do they beat our culture out of us. They did the same thing with the North American Indians. So when you do that, then the people are not to fight for again. They can't remember how they was and the freedom that they had and the integrity they had as a people to fight for that. Alright? So therefore you're not to fight for, so just be docile, as the brother say, just sit back and just whatever our master said, just do.
Can't. That way someone's drunk.
That's why I see Israel out there, they don't want to come back to the Most High. Just gonna say?
No, I said that way has so much drunks too.
This is Deuteronomy 28:45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Yeah, now you can notice what's going on. Notice all the other nations. All the other nations, well, the younger generations in all the nations, for some reason, trying to be Jake. They just clinging to Jake. They want to be Jake. But the older heads, what they always do, they always push that heritage. Like the East Indians, you always play them annoying songs. You understand? You don't even understand what else they say, but guess what? They're sticking tight. That is their heritage, so they're sticking tight. The younger ones will listen to it, but they will say, we and true, we don't like that kind of music. We don't like that. You And I started like alkaline, like we like Sunday Movado. That's what they like.
Well, if you see that, real like you just like it.
But the older heads, but the older heads now go make sure like the Chinese go push that. Remember where you come from, remember your people, your past. They will push that. But Jake don't really push that. Jake just go with the flow, go with changing times.
I see a Chinese, but probably he could have been a Jake. Like Church Chicken the other day. The same real thing like a real pussy bumps and thing. I say, what? See a Jake, but you put on what's about that. More by Jake to tell you, they have kind of.
Hey, some of these people need to go blasted North Korea. Because same thing with, because King Jong-un recognized the problem. And was he president of Cuba? Is Maduro? No, Maduro is not Venezuela. Castro. Right. Guess what? I think I was talking to a guy from Cuba. I think it's 5 channels or 1 channel or something like that, but very few channels is seen in Cuba. And all it's showing you is basically what happened in Cuba. They show you that outside life. And it's the same thing in North Korea. 2 channels and all they show you is news with North Korea and showing you that the shit what America doing. Because why? They don't want people to get polluted with that outside life. You understand? They don't want people to get polluted with that. Because I was watching a video talking about some woman in North Korea. She getting I forget the name of the movie that inspired this one. You will doubt this movie can ever inspire anyone, and that movie inspired. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a well-off movie, but it inspired she to run away from North Korea. Jeremiah 4 and 5. They said these have broken the yoke. Right, they broken the yoke. They don't want to be under the bonds of the Most High. They want to go carnival. Right? Because think about it. You have a young daughter growing up. And you basically like, hey, school, he went over the wall. You understand? Ephraim went over the wall. And they want to be like the other nations. They don't want to be themselves. When they realizing that it's more profitable to be for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The scripture said he's your reward. Look at that.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5. It says, and thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. Thou shalt teach them diligent unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Yeah, remember yourself. Keep it. Go keep meditating upon the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So you ain't gonna forget 2 years.
So push it upon the children. Children, when they grow up, push it upon their children.
Stay within the circle in the middle.
Understand? Is it?
It says, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine head, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates.
Yeah, don't be like an isotope. You can create a certain thing they call isotope. An isotope have an unstable nucleus, right? Will basically always be thing wrong in the middle. You have to be, stable in the love of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But that way when I receive your benefits.
I could read some.
I have a precept when I finish.
Because what Jake realized, they might think that the scripture talk about the lust of the eyes, right? The scripture also says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. So let me say like we was in this kingdom for generations, knowing that we is Israel, right? We've been preaching this for like 2 generations, 200 years. So we had children now being born knowing that it's Hebrew Israelites, but we're keeping them in straight, meaning that we're not allowing them to eat certain things. We're not allowing them to listen to certain things, to do certain things. And then carnival come about, and then, probably you're going to and they see that they're going to want to do that. They're going to want to do that. The lust of the eyes, we in this flesh. And the flesh is always lust after wickedness.
Always born
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon earth. The word mortify means to slay, basically to put our flesh to death. It says fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscences, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which sake the wrath of Yahweh came upon the children of disobedience. You understand? So they will remember the scripture says remember Lot's wife. His desire at the heart, she heart was in Sodom and Gomorrah. Alright? That's where she heart was. And that's why she get destroyed. You understand?
This is Tobit chapter 4 verse 19. Bless the Lord thy power always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths be counsel, that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation had not counsel, but Yahweh himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth whom he will, and as he will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mind.
And as he will.
And as he will.
Because it has some, it says you can either hear and learn or burn to learn.
Yeah.
Now guess what? It are Israelites that will hear the word and do, but some Israelites had to get punished. The most of us had to come down and deal with them themselves. Israel. Understand? That is when Israel will be in their right mind. When the skin actually getting burnt. That's why the Lord said they will learn it by death. Yeah?
The same thing I said last night, same thing you said.
You understand? They will learn it by death. That is how Israel will learn.
It was always like that. They never something that they will learn. But not a feel. Yeah, because they see the carnal too, you know. They will tell you, call it not true, but when they just feel, they want to see something. They want to see it. When them missiles come down, they will see it, they will feel it. They will feel the real power.
It's like a father had 3 children, right? And he gone out and he basically laid on a rule. And only one child listening and the two where they were and they mocking the one. And they're saying, but you studying daddy, whatever the case is, but everything like we go and enjoy yourself, but he stay put. You understand? But when daddy come back and realize hey, that one stay put, the other two things, he go fuck up the other two. You understand? And that come like whole what Israel, 1/3 is who going to listen. The other 2/3 is who ain't going to listen and then going to get punished.
And they are learned by fire and worms.
This is Jeremiah 44 verse 10. They are not humble even unto this day, neither have they feared, nor walk in my law, nor in my statutes that I set before you and before your fathers.
Hey, and the scripture says wherefore serving the commandment was added that iniquity will abound. But where iniquity abound, grace much more abound. So the law was added so that Israel will go off, so the Most High could show us his grace. But right now the Lord showing us his grace, so therefore it had no more going off again. We're not supposed to be going off again because we see that there is it. Alright? Most High saying the kind of horrific things he's gonna do to the world. The scripture says woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 8:3. If I'm mistaken, it's horrible is the end of our unrighteous generation. I might be wrong with the
Nah, that's it.
3:19. But some I know something like that. Some very mixed it up.
3:19.
Yeah, it's 3:19, right.
Was 3:4. This is Wisdom of Solomon. No, you have the same thing?
Nah,
Alright. Wisdom of Solomon 3:19. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation.
Yeah, horrible. You know when somebody just say horrible death? A horrible death is like seeing an accident, and then when you don't see accident, it's like the person's skin peel off their head. A horrible death is a car bouncing on a woman and half she body end up in the car. That is a horrible death.
And they still alive before they last one. So they feeling fucking pain before they actually dead.
That is a horrible death. And the Most High could even deal with them more horrible. As the brother said, put them through serious pain and allow them to live. A slow death, like we did Antiochus and Herod.
We do the men in World War II.
Yeah, that's begging for death.
Begging
Yes, that death
and
free.
death free from them.
You understand?
They can take that spirit and they can remove it.
Like covenants in that shit.
What the scriptures say? They say, why will you die, O house of Israel? So you really want you don't want the Most High to come down this time to deal with you. Take heed from the scriptures. The scriptures say, therefore we preach, therefore we believe. And that is all you need. Just hear the word and just do.
Things that were written before I learned it.
Can. Yeah, what that?
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 10 to 12, right? He said, for such as in their life have received benefit and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despise it. The same must know it after death by pain.
And no one for the last that is practical.
This is what I'm
Read that over again. Yeah.
You
This is
start off with some.
verse up.
Yeah.
You from here? For verse 9. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case.
In the Lord ways. What the scriptures said, don't take this as an occasion for the flesh. You covering the truth and you're abusing the law. Alright? Like my brother was telling me about like how the court system is work. Sometimes the judge might work in favor of the police, but you can bend the law to the fullest extent where it could be bent without they say he going outside, he bounce. So you know you using this word as an occasion for the flesh and not trying to live spiritually, you're abusing the Lord's ways. Now when the scripture talk about inordinate affections, you understand? You're abusing the Lord's ways. So therefore you like that servant who didn't look for the Lord. Understand? Who punished his servants, was drinking, understand? I wasn't looking. You're abusing the Lord's ways. We are abusing his mercies, rather. Alright? Not coming out and preaching. Alright? Blaming it on work. When you know you can come out and do the Lord's work. Alright? You're tired. You're not supposed to do that. Come out and do the Lord's work. Alright? The Most High, the Most Scripture said the Lord tries your heart. So the Lord must know if you're sincere or not. You're fooling men.
I have a piece upon that as you said.
So what you doing is supposed to go out and wake up the rest. You say all you need to do is know these guys,
I have a piece upon what you now say. There's Sirach chapter 5 verse 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart.
Yeah, don't follow your own mind because the scripture says heart could deceive you. Understand? Your heart could deceive you. Always good to seek counsel. Alright? Even the scriptures could deceive you. You understand? The scriptures could deceive you because you lack the understanding to understand what the scripture really telling you. You understand?
You see these people that they're real lazy, that they don't want to go out and do the work. They don't want to go out and they expect the Most to do everything for you.
And that is how you just know a man who never had interest in coming out and do the Lord's work. As he get kicked out of the camp, or as he leave the camp, you don't have to go out no more. You can stay home and teach. You always see that you don't have to go out no more.
Yeah, back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9.
Everybody here was walking up on the highways and byways.
Right.
Everybody here. Now the scripture says she ought to talk boys in the streets.
We expect the kingdom to come forward if they don't go out and do the work. Most of them don't come around.
But this is building back the house of David. If they don't do the work,
Right.
how the kingdom will come?
Right.
It come like if your city at put out, it come like you get suspended. You know they fire you yet, but you actually staying on that suspension, not going out there and do the work. So about the cases you fire out fucking self.
You abandon the work.
Most of we give certain amount of mercy and letting you know. Yeah, it's a real great thing to find out who he really is. You know what I mean? A real mercy.
But you getting kicked out and still going out there and doing works.
Could be something.
Who knows you might put it back?
I want to back you up just to show that we're supposed to be out on the streets. This is Hebrews chapter 13 verse 11. It says, for the bodies of those beasts whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin are burned without the camp. Wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. Let us go forth therefore unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach. When you're sitting inside the house, what reproach you bearing? What reproach you bearing sitting inside the house? You made a mocking stock or gazing stock sitting inside the comfort of your house?
Them keyboard prophet right up, them keyboard prophets use this scripture to say that you don't have to be with no camp. Can they read it carnally?
Yeah, we only camp to my congregation. Outside from the congregation. Go out, that is which part Yahushua was. They went outside Jerusalem.
So when men read and think about it, no, it's not supposed to be with a camp. But they were speaking what? Outside.
Outside the city then.
Outside
the city.
But no one said, them keyboard prophet, they say, you see this? We don't have to be no camp. That's how they really preach.
They don't understand anything.
Yeah. But hey, that is the thing, they don't understand. Did not Yahushua say, I love them that love me? But did not he also said, why love them that love you? What would you have if you only love them that love you?
Can't you be like this, the Pharisees?
And that would like fly straight over the head. They didn't understand what Yahushua talking about. You understand? Yahushua talking about in the brotherhood. If you have a brother that, that love you and he only doing good for you, and he ain't doing good for the one that you and he really all that good, then we actually have no benefit. Yahushua wasn't talking about them 2/3. When he say he love them that love me, talk about 1/3. You understand? Yes, some more.
Yeah, so to interject where you were saying. This is Psalm 69. I'll start at 8 and finish at 12. I am become a stranger unto my brethren and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up.
Yeah, we become a stranger. Or we family. Like I watch him today, me and this guy from the age 8 years old, we was like we come out the same wound. From the age of 8 until 25. Alright? That is like 8, 16, that is like over 17 years. Like 17 years, me and this guy like this. And from the day I entered into this truth until now, me and this guy don't talk at all. Become an enemy. Because of the word. But so what?
And the reproaches of them that reproach thee are
they say we're madmen. They say we're watching satellites and saying the Lord coming back in a satellite to save us. You understand? You ever see a satellite glow green? You ever see a satellite dash across the sky and just disappear? Or burst into a big flame? Or do spirals? You ever see a satellite do that? Come now, man.
When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them. They that sit in the gate speak against me.
Mad. You're mad guy. Yeah, it's the gate they speak against them. They call him a proverb. Yeah, he's mad by okay, right?
And I was the son of the drunkards. And 2/3 are Israeli drunkards because they drunk with the philosophies of the so-called white man. But this goes back to show that you also have to be out there in sackcloth. Right? You have to go out there and you have to preach to be a reproach. You understand? You can't stay behind and as the brothers are saying, blasted keyboard prophet, the only thing on fire with all the blasted fingers. What the fuck?
Yeah. And they have everything wrong.
I'm on fire for the Lord.
Because they do like correction. When you correct them on something, they feel that they're right.
What's the difference between them and the Jehovah's Witness that come out with the watchtower and the magazine and stand up from street corners, because like I think it was so-called Old Year's Day, or either Old Year's or New Year's Day. You know, I was moving like real early, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and Jehovah's Witnesses done already starting to post up with their magazine. Post up. You understand? They know the work of the Lord. We're waking up.
I was correcting this prophet that I was on Facebook. He said the 144,000 is virgin. They never deal with no woman. Bring up the scriptures and show the man. I say, yo, they're talking about women literally, talking about wisdom. Right? I bring up the scripture and show the man. Again, the man still turn around and say, you ain't show me nothing.
He blinded.
Yeah, he blinded. I don't lead that now. You know?
Literally tell you that day, we show you not later.
Yeah, he blinded.
Song of Solomon chapter 3 verse 1. It says, by night on my bed, I sought him whom my soul loved.
We so love it. He like it talking about. Well,
I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets.
In the streets, not in no building or under no computer. Go ahead.
And in the broadways, I will seek him whom my soul loved.
Right.
I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, saw ye whom my soul loveth?
Guys, that same man you know talk to. The same man you know you show him it and he say, you show me nothing, I ain't seen nothing. You sought him but you found him not. But the watchman here, the watchman was speaking to you, he will break it down to you.
Only he that say he is one of the elected. I say, but men, we don't say that, but we don't say we open to be of the elect. You man telling people bold. You say he's of the elected. And he has some women following him.
Pride come before destruction, son.
So he's our 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, this is what I want to know. I say, man. Finish mine.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 22 verse 8. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in his slumber. When he had told his tale, he will say, what is the matter?
Yeah, after all that talk, and I explained that, break it down there, I get all the scriptures. You have all, what?
You show me that.
What is it? He's actually a dummy. He's not listening.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
We were saying, man, who says he's like a keyboard prophet?
Yeah, the same man.
So we're going on to 2nd Ezra 16 when he said, then shall they know who's mine elect.
Yeah,
when the sun come down on we.
See?
Right? The scripture said, then they shall know who's my elect. So we don't know. We hoping that we part of the hopefully elect.
Yeah.
So
I guess Peter was not elect. Peter had a family.
The man making some I can't outlandish kind of claim by you. I said, where are you going to this man, boy? Yeah, you read, bro.
I'm going to the word camp. I'm going to the word camp day, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to the scripture. So when
you know what the man said? Make me real laugh. He said something about robust women now. He said that cursing was like I'm going to curse women with big breasts or some kind of thing.
Yeah,
and the man pull out those scriptures to cheat. So a girl now, scriptures to prove what I said. If you see the scripture, the man pull out to prove that women with big breasts is a curse. I believe the man one time. I said, no, I can't believe that. This man broke somebody. The man broke his big spread.
Yeah, I think it was something with Solomon with some woman that brings chat in and all.
Nah, they're talking about men with spiritual powers now. They will make the women look how they want them to look.
So it's like I put curse on the woman.
But he use that to them. You see the scripture, the man. I say, hey, this man finished with.
The word really bring out earlier in Hebrews 20:11, the word camp.
Okay.
We're going to the word, right? It's the Greek word is parabol. Anyway, they come up, right? But he say, right? And he said, an encampment, he said, the camp of Israel in the desert, used for the city of Jerusalem. He said, in as much as that was to the Israelites, but formerly the encampment had been in the desert.
Like when you say to Pomir outside the camp for 7 years. Pretty sure the city here, yeah? Roughly speaking.
Right? It's of the scarce congregation or the assembly of Israel, as it had been gathered formerly in camps in the wilderness. Right? They say a barrack of Roman soldiers, which at Jerusalem were in the castle of Antioch or Antonia. I'm not pronouncing the word right. It's an army in line of battle. Right?
And next thing to the man here. He tell me, he said, a building's coming up from the sky. I said, no, it's not a building, it's talking about a people. Right? He said, no, I read down a little and I show him it's a building. That man still tell me, he said, but look at the measurement of the walls here. look at it, measuring the walls, so it's a building, it's a little. I say, Dad, don't try and get away from me now, boy. You know the feeling no one.
Yeah, well, he was measuring the city where it was, and the scripture says Jamaica a pillar. So he can turn the men into stone there. I guess he can turn the men into stone.
The actual city you see coming down from the sky.
And the Lord tell Peter, upon that this rock I build my church, so Peter was a literal stone. Peter was a literal stone then.
As the elders say, the Most High not suffering with him. Now he totally don't believe in the scriptures. Now he start talk all kind of bad things. Job is a white man and these
the same prophet?
No,
next
one again.
The guy one to just say he's saying Job was albino. Where they get it from? The book of Enoch. These jakes going off by. And they do this to what? They do this to fame. Yeah, they do this thing for fame.
Hey, the book of Enoch said the angels white. Understand?
I don't know who touching the book. Esau touching the book. So the angel was, if Esau say you would fight with Nimrod.
That why Jews used to believe in roommates.
Yeah.
Understand?
A book of Joshua is real trash, man. A book of Joshua and a book of Enoch is trash. That's supposed to be going in them things, man. Just because the scriptures say talk about the book of Joshua. And them fully believe that the link with the scriptures somehow with.
So we take them books we sell personally and hide them. And print books cross state and just put the name on the book of Enoch. Here are the books. We sell.
The scripture tell you plain, he start change times. And he changed laws.
Hey, I watched that documentary. He's so steady trying to refute the Bible, make the Bible just seem like it ain't true. You know how much documentary I see this, they try to say that Samson wasn't that strong. Then they come to say Samson now was a Babylonian god. They put in the scriptures. Because there's how his name is Shamash one. When Shamash go back to sons, there was a sun god they was worshipping. So Samson was actually a deity that Israel used to worship back when I said. So he saw this coming from all angles.
And simple Jacob, they're falling for it too.
History Channel is just real. They just had a laugh at them, you know.
So is the father.
Yes.
I go to the scripture, you tackle it again or something.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of the making of many books. There is no end.
all these books you're reading, you will come to no end reading all these books.
It says, and much study is a weariness of the flesh.
The weariness of the flesh. You will study non-stop. And you will go into things that you're not even supposed to be going into. Yeah,
It's a called much
But they're doing it maliciously because they're trying to get something different from what the apostles say. I have something more than what the apostles say, but the scripture say wisdom enter not into a malicious soul. You understand? For the fame, for the glory, for the filthy lucre, whatever it may be. You just have no wisdom and no understanding coming out of what you're breaking it down to be. Not because you add a next book, it means you understand more. You just add confusion on top of what you already do understand. You understand?
Or you just destroy yourself.
Like going into flat earth, a flat earth. What the hell a flat earth going to do with your salvation? Whether the earth flat or it's wrong.
No, well,
what that going to help you?
They might say,
important.
they must say, well, all I have to deal with the truth. The truth is they're deceived.
So like, a man going into a flat earth and he going into all kind of science and yo, you just stray away from the truth there. I have nothing to do with the truth really and truly. The most I say, man was given unto the dead dwelling. These men them can't know how far the moon is and how can you measure the moon and all this. That is not important, man.
We'll go on with some men from only Gms Trinidad, right? They go read something and they might read it somehow different or probably get a different understanding. They learn everything else from the elders, you know. They say, no, but look, there was wrong with this. There was wrong with this. There was correct, but there was wrong with this. Them can't be men of the Lord.
If you said I find a flaw somewhere, me even say that. I might tell her brother and read and think on God and say, I leave it so because they say it's better to obey that
Give sacrifice than to give sacrifice.
You know what I mean?
These sheikhs looking for fame the jealousy the elders and the apostles.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
They want Israel to look up to them. They're looking for glory on this side. They're looking for glory. Wait until the Most High give the glory. Humble yourself.
They humble yourself, but how you look at it, right? The Abba Hashem was watching at that, looking at that, and he's a man, he can't take no orders, so I can't deal with him.
Some men, when they go do too, in the open, they go preach one thing, but behind somebody back, somebody who else is probably teaching, they're teaching a totally different thing.
Yeah, you can't go and do that, they can't do that. You have to, the scripture say, you have to be on one mind. You know what I mean? The most tree and tree say, how could a man, except they agree. You have to agree on the same doctrine.
What fellowship had the
going from behind. So,
you can't be saying women clothes because they have big breasts and madness. Why you don't teach that madness? Why you teach it? You alone teaching that madness? Why?
From behind the keyboard though.
Yeah, from behind a keyboard.
From behind the keyboard though.
and as the apostles said, they don't ever show their face. They don't ever show their face.
From behind the keyboard teaching that.
Talking about you is one of the other for
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, bowers of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness and love suffering.
Humbleness of mind, that's kind of proud kind of nobody can talk to you and they're breaking on the scriptures wrong and when
you really bounce up, you might not understand one time that you might say, but I find this might you learn. But when you humble yourself, somebody somehow, whether it's the camp leader or one of your younger brother, older brother, whoever, when you really think and you understand it and you just put that right piece of the puzzle right back, you'll be like, oh, right. Again.
I understand. Yeah. Humble yourself.
This 1 Peter 2 verse 2. as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the words that he may grow thereby.
When you come in the world, you're learning anything. You have to consider yourself like a baby. You don't know anything.
And now what I was going to say is like this, right? Let me say like you. I sure everybody here went through that. You know, they're growing up with their fathers, they're very young. Yeah. And the father might tell them something and they might not understand. But they will keep it in their mind, and then as they grow, it might sort of manifest and say, oh, this is what he actually meant. Right. And that is all the scriptures is.
What a dog does do, when it feeds and it pops on milk and it's going inside the bowl, it just bite it because the dog knows, hey, they can't eat that yet. And then when the dog grow older and it have its own pop, so it does do the same thing, you learn after.
You know, my grandfather tell me this long years ago. You know, when I get older, I understand what he mean. When he said, I call him old now. Yeah. And he say the new broom can sweep better, but the old broom know all the corners. Yeah, that's right. I don't even get older understand it. He said, alright, but then when they get older, go understand them sayings.
I remember I was saying when I was in the war, right? Like when I used to be out the country, I go back up thing, I used to go to she used to tell me, hey, this woman started looking my face, full in my face and say, hey, God, you don't want no food in the kingdom. I said, well, this woman telling me, oh, she telling me this thing. Every time this woman talk to me, she say, hey, God, you don't want no food in the kingdom. No, I understand what she telling me that. She tell me that years ago, no, I understand that.
Because why? In the scriptures, and you know what I mean?
But you say you love a man with knowledge.
For my sins, as I said that, I remember when I was in the world, I was still going to school, going to high school, and I got a dream I was in prison. And it had two lines where if you're on the right, they allow you to live. And on the left, they sent to death. But I was on the left, and I started up watching my coffin, and I started praying, I said, Lord, I ain't ready to dead. And the Lord appeared to me. And how I know was the Lord, for nothing, I couldn't look up past his shoulders. My head was down like this, and every time I should look up to see his face, I couldn't raise my head. And he said, you ain't ready to die? I said, no, I ain't ready to die. He said, to live, you had to die. And it's only when I come in the truth to understand what you mean by that. You had to mortify that old man.
Right now, we're dead men, you see right now, it's this world. We're dead men in this world. You rebel, you can't get it.
You have to kill that old man to really be
have a quick piece of
This is Proverbs 18:4. It says, the words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook.
Yeah, when a man talking to you and he's talking to you with words that sometimes you might be able to understand.
How you skip this? Slack, let me cut you off. You over there? Slack, yeah? I just want to just point really quick now.
That's the grandfather room there, right?
It says,
grandfather room there.
It says the words of a man's mouth are as deep waters.
The words. The scripture say out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. These words. You understand? And that just to show you who Jake is. Because you just wonder what the hell Jake always had them parables. And that is what Sirach and his grandfather was doing. They was just jotting down parables of the ancients. That is why you get the book of Ecclesiasticus. You understand? Like Jake right there.
Look at simple thing like how you say dead. Actually, yeah, we dead. Yet we have a living. Two living, but they dead. Right? To we, them is mad people. And to them, we mad. You understand?
Hey, let me say something. With all them parables that have in the scripture, you never really hear Esau with no parable. So you could say, it's a white man book. When you go in that book, it has some of them parables, when you check this, bring all them kind of...
And still practice it. Your grandpa
grown up, right? In the youthful days. It's like if you want to say something, you want like you go around my brethren, mother up there, you want to say something. We speak with your own parables, we got your own parables, you can speak in. Right? Grown up, slang. Yeah, grown up, I know that.
It's a one every day bucket I go out well, one day the ass must drop off. You understand? Long road for bag of goat. All the way down here should not see a bit. All that kind of thing.
All them parables in the scriptures, how you will say that in the white man book.
Next one on the way to take your time to reach somewhere. Like, you know, they might see a neighbor buy a car, and they was coming and say, no, I want to go and buy a car, and they tell you, where horse reach, donkey does reach too.
Sorry, but we don't make goodness.
You mean this one? If it's time for market, you told me I come bite you?
Do you ever trust a snake?
All them things come up.
Yeah.
You know?
I tell you, like,
Oh, you see why Jake's are fucking dead? You see why Jake's are fucking died? You see why Jake's are fucking died? I don't need fucking dead boy.
Big old man do that?
A big fucking old Jake.
Nah, he didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Fucking dead boy.
That one day, who knows?
Who do that?
stay spiritual, man. Stay spiritual.
I need fucking dead, yo.
Forget them, they're done jail already.
Anyway, let me read the scripture here.
I got one for you after that.
Now, go ahead.
You choose the Psalms,
Big man, he throw the thing by.
Psalm 78 verse 2. I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter dark saying of old. And this is what Pierre was saying. That you have done parables from the ancient.
And it within them because I showed Jake, you remember that from when they was over on the east. But I just say that manifest out of the heart. You understand? Which is still spiritual. Because there is some of the parables that still be according to the scriptures. This is Romans chapter 6 verse 3. Know ye not that so many of us as were baptized into Yahushua Mashiach were baptized into his death? Wherefore ye are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Mashiach raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so also we walk in the newness of life. So yeah, we dead to the world, but we are alive in righteousness through Yahushua. Truth is our life. Yes, sir. Yeah, the scripture says such was summer week. It was like that. But the scripture said no, we are sanctified. So that's why we glad we not like that no more. We ain't no niggas up here. Nigga is not a race of people. Nigga is a blasted attitude. You could be an East Indian nigga. Yeah, you understand? That is a nigga.
He's a black man, he's a nigga, that way.
He's a Hebrew Israelite by nationality. He's Jacob.
That's right.
Anytime they see Jake and any kind of unity, let's bring faith to these heathens. And also to our own people.
Right.
Because they got nothing negative to say, no, but they can make up lies and slander. But anytime they see, they say, let's bring fear to them.
The anti-gang law. Where you can't congregate more than I think it's three or four people. Anytime, and it's only Jake. It's only Jake that will bring that against. But we tell you, right now we break any law. We break any law right now.
Right.
Because once you got I think it's more than 3 people, you consider a gang. But because why? It's a threat. It's a threat to Esau.
So like, that's why I share this news feed now come. Mine is bigger. Trump dares Kim Jong-un to compare nuclear buttons.
Wars and rumors of wars.
I put up that today. Yeah,
praises. Yeah, I got a little news up your mind. I can't beat action for the rest of the day.
Shut down all the mobile outlets, right? So,
What?
they shut down all the mobile outlets.
Right.
All the dealers and them, they lock them up. So, Shogona, so they lock them up.
Yeah, my wife sent me that article, that news last week.
So the Syrians, they may making enough money. They cut down all of them. Let's be really close about Trump.
That's why.
There are about 40-something close about Trump in Stanbury.
That's why for the Christmas they was adamant that the Jake could only sell, I think it was from Thursday to Saturday on Charlotte Street.
Yeah.
Because they want the businesses to make. You understand? So they lock them off from in the street.
Before year end, they had a kind of business watch on CNC3 News, and they were saying that the private sector businesses, they're taking up too much of foreign exchange. They're using up too much US, right? And they're not bringing in forex. You understand? So they said they have to do something in order to think. So a fella, he name? Hadith? Some kind of thing.
Jal Hadid.
Jal Hadid. Yeah, he say he has certain places that actually take you foreign exchange, but not thing. But the thing about it is when you ain't bringing in foreign exchange and you keep on using up foreign exchange, we're going to eventually happen. We're going to lose a lot of jobs. And he businesses, he say he done have about over 500 and some people employed with him. So if they ain't doing well, you have to level people. Right now in the UK, they say when they start to put these self-driving vehicles on the road, that will not cost 300,000 jobs over in the United Kingdom.
They talk about for 2018, one of the expectations, that was the video that we did on the New Year's Eve destruction, is how much thousand electronic cars going to come into play. No, so when them electronic cars come into play, what about this petrol dollar? Remember the petrol dollar, your wealth is off the oil and the gas. You understand? That is why one of the conspiracies concerning that tsunami in Japan, in Fukushima, was that there was about to launch a heavy drive and there was about to lock off producing gasoline vehicles, petrol vehicles, and to go heavy into electronic. If I'm not mistaken, that is Shalom Day. Right? Yeah. Electric vehicles now, boy. You understand? So they said that the using half machine was because that tsunami was to destroy Japan because of that move that they wanted to make now. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 19 verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
If I may say this, I say Trump cut the tax on the rich people and them in the States.
Yeah.
So that now, when them getting taxed,
ease up the poor people.
Yeah, it used to help ease up the poor people.
But if the poor people not getting easy, the poor people go and feel it.
Yep.
Yeah, so as
certain things going on get cut off, like social thing when they're getting help.
We start with them women programs first.
It's increasing in the bracket between rich and poor.
Right.
The middle class.
No middle class. You bring back your scripture again, because the next scripture to go is the grinders shall cease. Yeah, the grinders shall cease. Right?
Read it to what?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Isaiah 19 verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Right, so today was the first working day for the year. Right, because yesterday it was kind of like a holiday. Right, so I went out to work today. Guess what I had to go? I was to go with my ID card, my national ID card, my work ID card, and my driver's permit to verify where I live in, because there are audit going on. You understand? They're about to fire people in my job. You understand? They're about to eradicate all those so-called ghost gangs and so on and so forth. So on and so forth. You understand? They're about to make that great shaking up.
They're about to get rid of all in the God.
This is Revelation 12:12. He said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had a short time.
Yeah, so the devil coming on hard, spiritual demon, Satan, so he policies. Yeah, we coming on and read the policies. You understand? And you know we have a perfect puppet, Uncle Tom, Prime Minister. Yeah, perfect, clean head. He's a perfect puppet. So, yeah.
God willing, this 2018 destruction come now.
Hey, Salakia, we're going to see it.
Right?
We're going to see it. We're going to see, as the apostle said, we're going to see prophecies, and we're going to see them bitches and them start to cry, because all them proud ass women, all the liberties going to start to be taken away. The fear going to start to come upon them.
Guys, they get the famine of the world, and now the people are not going to be looking for it.
Jeremiah 1 and 5. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and they tremble right now, can see behind the foreign reserve. My son. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they are few, and doors that look out of the windows be darkened. The doors shall be shut in the streets, the mobile closing up, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be low. Now we're living in this blasted economy where You always hear some noise, music, cars, horns. You know, it is to wake up and then you hear none of that, and you're living in the city. You're like, wait, what? Right? No music, no vehicle, no horns. Hey, that is the day we are about to approach.
That's right. That's right. Hey, people, especially down here, what people should understand, right? It's a petrol-driven nation. Some percentage of our gross, our GDP is off of that oil and gas. And then our electricity comes from off of that oil and gas. So one of the things that you expect to lose is that electricity. All the lights of the city, it will go out. What do you expect to happen and that happen? These women gonna get ravished.
Hey, you my dream until I get here, daddy.
La.
I'm telling that dream. I say I dream I was in a grocery and then a guy come with a bomb, blow the place and everybody start loot. And prices start to spike. But I went and I buy 2 products and 2 products cost $300. Prices just skyrocket.
This place.
Like just last week I got a dream.
I'm seeing you and the clothes down.
Can't. I see that guy. It had shock everybody because they just closed down. Just closed down. I see that on Facebook today.
The rulers in this place not telling the people something in it. That's something coming real jet.
Hey, that's him, Salakia, that's him Gerald Hadid. Right? He's like the weakest link I see in the Syrians down here. He's the first one to always cry. Something went on the other day. He apologized when they had the show with this either might have come down as having TV program, the food program. Anthony Bourdain. Right, when they went to, they had the Elamites, they went to the East Indians and the East Indian store, they went to the Negroes, they went to the Chinese, they went to the Syrians. The Syrians carrying them up in Bayshore Tower, right? And they say we are the smallest ethnic group here, but we are the most prominent, and it was real boastful. He said, watch at it. The Syrians saying, watch at it. Watch we in Bayshore Tower. Well, watch at the city. He said, what it reminds you of? He said, well, Beirut. He said, all right. And he's boasting now. So Gerald Hadid, that one was Syrian that come out and say, well, we don't really take up that position that one was boasting about. So he's like the first one to cry like, oh gosh, things. But in the program, what he I can't remember the Syrian that was boasting, right? He was saying, I think it was a Sabga. What he was saying is that Bourdain asked him, what do you fear having all this power? Basically, the economic divide, right? That how things is happening, the economic gap dividing them rich and poor. Right. And we fear the people uprising. That's what he said. You understand?
You just like, I'm just waiting for you to finish so I can say something like you just bring it in. Because really and truly we come like a thorn in them people's side. Because when they said that RBC closing, it was like a surprise, it was a shock to everybody. It's a shock to people who don't know. It's not a shock to us because we know that coming. It's not a shock to the elites because they're causing it. But to the sheeple, it's a shock to them. Because them thinking that we discriminate with the days of trouble, second is just I'm paraphrasing it wrong, but say ritual shall be good cheap and they shall still take themselves to be in a good state. It's good cheap because why? The economy collapsing and they have nobody to basically to sell in these stores. You might go in standards and guess what? They could take chair and go with it. Nobody really taking on that.
As I was going to say, even though the leaders and the people ain't telling them, not like they don't know because we telling the people.
Right, so we come like a phone in the side. So that's why they won't give you off the internet.
So like I remember about a month ago we brought it out where I think it was Theodore Roosevelt or someone of these the American presidents was saying nothing happens by chance. Right? Nothing happens by chance. Everything is basically they do it planned.
Hey, right? Let's say they try to set up the one world order, I think back in the
they try to what?
Set up the new world order, I think back in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken, but might be quite wrong here, but basically they failed because it wasn't time for the Mosai to bring the end yet. So now
Antiochus Epiphanes and when we was reading back Alexander the Great, it was a new world order that was pushing.
So he tried it. Nimrod. Let's start with us read this real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. For ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. Ye are not of the night nor of darkness. Right? So that day ain't gonna overtake us and we know because we looking for it.
Basically come like the Illuminati on the right hand side.
Says Isis in his head. Scripture.
The enlightened ones. Yeah, because who's the enlightened ones in this truth? In this world, on the right hand side.
The Mary Lord.
Mary Lord. The enlightened ones.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 2
I was reading an article a couple months back with these casinos, right? All these smart casinos. They say they're gonna lay off over about 9,000 workers.
Locally?
Locally they laying off 9,000.
That was in Moabite one?
Yeah, 9,000 they gonna lay off now. And what? Majority of them out of the 9,000 nigga woman. Majority.
Yeah, who working inside there?
Yeah.
Well, look at them working in the pub. And when I see the pub, that's when I was starting to riot.
Yeah. Because everything as we know it, it orchestrated. Because the natural lotteries, I think they passed laws on taxing now. They're taxing the lottery winnings. You understand? They increase it. Huh? You understand? So the whole thing is a systematic breakdown of the economy. Hey, that RFID chip must come. That is the mark of the beast.
I say that the whole time. When I push that RFID chip this way.
Yeah, that chip has to be it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25 verse 10. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone and the light of the candle.
Yeah, this white man kingdom, this is it disintegrating before your eyes. They're going to have an overall grand finale when the nuclear missiles and the chariots coming. But right now it's disintegrating before your eyes.
Yeah,
right?
like last night in Bagatelle. They was keeping a US party.
Yeah, see it.
And it ended in gunshots. And I saw our praises to our I hoping some of them for carnival. While they shaking all their ass, they try to bring terror upon all them.
Or biochemical warfare like what's his name? Jack Warner had said some years ago. Remember when they was pushing the Ebola? Around that time is when he said Trinidad needs to prepare themselves for biochemical warfare. You understand? But remember they said they had a big thing that they wanted to lock off that carnival for that year, and the Syrians and they still push for it because what they spend the money to prepare the bands and all them kind of different things. They would have lost business. All they really care about is business to them. You understand?
Hey, I watch, it's like he's so real good at what he's doing. Because I like what I say like bagatelle, right? So I look up the word bagatelle. You know bagatelle actually means something that's not desired or have little words. You understand? And right because like tonight is Tuesday. So you get water tonight. Next time you get water is Thursday. Other than that you get Saturday. But that places they get water all day, every day.
Right, neighboring parts are the same west.
Yeah, in the same west. You come and turning off your water and rationing your water.
But I was saying the other day when the man say if they're able to pay pension this month or something.
Yeah, hey, so lucky.
So yeah, it's lucky because I want to plan to lock off pension. These people don't know that. They plan to lock off their pension. You know? To keep the so-called country afloat, they plan to lock off the pension.
That pension, because you got more card play
now. I was saying, they're comfortable because, hey, you should just say one to them that settle on their lease. That's something.
In Psalms 107, verse 33 and 34, he said, he turned the rivers into a wilderness and the water spring into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness for the wickedness of them that dwell therein.
You know, one of the blasphemies that they say, the Lord is a Trini.
Yeah.
You understand? These people just settle, they're complacent. Yeah, they settle in their leaves, they're complacent. Nothing can touch them. You understand? We had a mountain range, no hurricane, hurricanes just come from the next direction, all this kind of different thing. The Most High gonna give this place here, Trinidad, a rude awakening, and Babylon, well boy, the Babylon gonna get turned to a lake of fire. Scripture say it best.
Where's the place in Bagatelle? Bagatelle around? In there, no? Bagatelle.
Next thing you know, check out move and love until I mean bloodshed.
It's really no there.
Where?
Right now, if you had to sell cocoa and everything, you had to sell a car, brother, because they close all the cocoa ball in Trinidad. They don't know nothing like cocoa ball in Trinidad.
This Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 49 says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise and the scent open. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with strife, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive. Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 49 says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
And death. So nothing good in coming to you. Destruction coming to you. Plagues. And this being one of the end game. The end game is an ICBM and finish you.
What's the final Super Saiyan?
Ready there, right?
Daddy Most High say, finish him.
Yeah, finish him.
Stand up, so.
Yeah. Be a heat. Be a heat. Be a heat. That's the only way Jay go feel it.
Yeah, it's a purpose to put Leviathan so they get loose.
Yeah. All who say they're running in the sea. Leviathan waiting for it too. Yeah, catch.
They're going to be playing catch.
Paint at the side there, you see that, how much salt to see that one head.
You understand?
Imagine something to bite what do you call the boat? Titanic. But something to tear the Titanic in half. They say it's iceberg.
And then thing, it's all ships with lesser strength of titanium and ripping through icebergs. And you're telling me something as strong as Titanic.
If you really study, right, they hit the iceberg from in front, right? But the ship tear in half.
From the center.
From the center.
I'll bring it out.
Something bust that in half.
Joe.
Oh, they shit that talking.
Job.
Iceberg.
Job 41:1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?
You can't tame him, you can't catch him. You can't hold him.
Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee?
Right, you don't want to hear either.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Will thou take him for a servant forever? You can't make him a pet.
Yeah, can't keep him on no pet.
You can't cage him up.
Cage him up, you know, he's so like that. Catch, they like that put things in cage, like a catch thing.
Make things.
They put that starfish for cause that they come and eat.
Yeah.
They chop them now.
They can't snare him. They say, will thou play with him? Will thou play with him with a bird, with him as a bird? Or with
they love to have animals to keep them in our environment where around people domesticate them like if there's, you know what I mean? You have a lion there. They are so happy with a woman. They have a lion, right? a baby lion, and the players they're talking us. And the lion, you know, most I put his spirit back in the lion, the lion know he's a lion. Most I do so, the lion just grab the child and pull it in the child and eat it. That was the lion, but you can't think of lions, you can, just say, you can't put him in the cage like the pet. They like to take animals from the wild and make them pets now.
That come like a cartoon I'm watching. Futurama, they eating things and some people protesting, nah, we don't eat meat, we don't eat pig. Look, we's vegan. Look, we train this lion to be vegan. You see the fucking lion, rib and bone, and the lion wanna drop down. He all rickety, yeah.
If that is, the more sign of put the spirit back in the animals and let them know
to eat grass. And in that day he say he'll make the lion eat grass. Yeah. You understand?
Them lion go eat them. The same lion when they have cage up in the house, when they eat them.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see that. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 15.
Yeah.
Verse 15 is Salakia, verse 13. He said, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Yeah, who would pity a charmer like this fella?
Crocodile hunter, Steve Owen.
Yeah. What kill him is a stingray. Yeah, good. Now you're in the right mind. Leave the animals alone. Leave the wild animals supposed to be wild.
Oh, grimy.
Yeah, he will hug up alligators and he who gonna pity a snake charmer? When a man and you go interfere that snake and the snake sting you and you're dead. Why should I feel that? Why open my beer and drink on your head?
You see the picture on Facebook?
Yeah, drink some drink on your damn shopping.
Jump into the quicksand, the Elamite.
Oh yeah, he jump in some quicksand.
Videotaping himself.
I believe he dead.
Yeah, he died.
I think he living up.
Nah, he died.
He had no help.
He had no help.
He dead on camera.
When Salis noticed thing, he doesn't feel so.
He noticed for more than water.
Yeah.
The guy, might videotape himself trying to. His plan was to videotape himself getting out of quicksand. Yeah, and he ended up dying.
And the most I maybe was drinking a big jug of wine and laughing at it.
Yeah,
What's just fucking food? What's just food?
You know what I mean?
And people don't fear you.
But that's
why going to make this person do this?
Yeah, you see, the most I say, what's just fucking idiot?
Oh, what's that like? What's that like? What's that beer? If they attack the little child, good for them.
Yeah.
Why pity them for? Leave the animals out in the wild. They where they belong. Out in the wild. You want to take them and put them in cage and bring them in your house like some kind of pet. It's a man who always rolling with lions and things. Watch me, the most I go put the spirit back in them lions, and them lions go realize it. This man is food man and eat you.
Right now, a status symbol in Dubai. All these sheiks and all these princes and they must have an in the front seat.
Yeah,
and all the best right? They have it on a leash. They have
on leash.
Bengal tiger, cheetah, jack on a leash.
And they carry on like Jake, so when they actually make a spring at it.
This movie I was watching, the man was saying, the man tell I can't remember right now the name of the actor. He said, you ever hear about the lion and the old lion? The old lion was in the jungle and he just lie down and everybody jumping on him now. You see all the jackals and them jumping and biting his tail and the female coming and biting the ears and so all the other animals now they realize like everybody coming him now and they teasing him and coming and taking his food and you say one day the lion just get up and start to kill everybody. Just to let him know, hey, I still a lion, don't get tired.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
Like
Judah. Go back to the prophecy in Genesis.
Yeah, like Judah.
Go back to the prophecy in Genesis.
Who shall rouse him up?
Who shall rouse him up?
Yeah.
The Most I say, before he come, a fire will already be kindled.
Yeah.
Right? We are kindling. Because we bringing out that word. We see light. We bringing out that word. You understand? We must have put our spirit because wait, one time martial law come. One time the grinding cease and food. Hey, niggas will go into their spirit, you know. Because when they don't, what does happen when they fast? When they fast, your body, your flesh gets subjected and your spirit get alleviated. So a nigga will be a super fucking nigga. Do you understand?
Like when you see what they do on the beat up there, when Judah rise up, what does happen? He shut down in a very could have shut down the country. Let's come and let's stop everybody from when they Judah rise up there, like the spirit of the Lord there, like how the Lord is.
Zari said
Lord is a man of war. Somebody get that from him.
Zari said the man lived, the quicksand man lived.
He lived?
Yeah, he said he.
These people they had the spirit of the Most High on them.
Google said the
When
quicksand
they rise
man
up,
lived. Yeah.
the man, and if you hear the story he give it, he said, wow, look at how pretty, nice hair, long hair, and everybody come and bite up the lion. The lion there like this. Lion is doing nothing.
He playing docile.
Yeah, that's cool now. All the small animals in the forest coming and they realize like he ain't doing nothing, so they're taking him for a fool now. Say one day he just wake up and he just take a run through the whole forest and clean up everything.
It says Genesis 49, 8 to 10.
Yeah.
It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Yeah.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Right.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
The lion's whelp, go ahead.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall?
Because right now, Judah the real calm right now. Yeah, they're laid back right now. They don't know they don't know he was a lion now, boy. I come like this movie. Yeah, he was a lion. Yeah, like he was a lion. This cartoon, what is the name of Madagascar?
No, Madagascar. It's Madagascar. With King Julian. With King Julian.
Yeah. He's a lion, boy.
Hey, Madagascar.
Like he just catch himself, and that's what scripture says.
Hey, when he catch himself, think of that. When he catch himself, when he had no food, because he was domesticated, he was accustomed to eating them thing in the zoo. But when he was out there, he said, I fucking eat your own friends or kind of thing.
And what going with the people that want to beat them? What going with them when they beat them? They get fed up because then you're taking them for a fool too. I mean, there was on that shit too, but that is the spirit of the Lord too. When the spirit of the Lord rise up, finish it up.
Go ahead.
Give me. Excellent.
Yeah. Right? So it says, right? As an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Who shall rouse him up? Yeah.
Yeah, what about Shimmy or Shine?
Well, yeah, about Shimmy or Shine will rouse him up.
And hey,
when he rise up, all the other tribes go rise up.
When the king of Judah returned,
right?
Yeah, was Shine.
Read that for
Genesis, Exodus 15, verse 3, it says, Yahweh is a man of war, Yahweh is his name.
Yeah, they don't teach you that in the churches. The Lord is a man of war too. Yeah, they say love, but you can't put a omnipotent entity in a little box with one emotion, as always says.
You think, hey, yes,
we like to do too, like to share soft spoken side.
The Moses is not no gentleman. He's not a gentleman, he's an austere man. This is the gentleman. Well, according to the scriptures, Yahushua is an austere man.
A man is supposed to be, you see that when the society push, you're supposed to be a gentleman. No, a man is supposed to be gentle, really. A man is supposed to be a man. A woman is supposed to be gentle.
Even so much so, the scripture said, don't even be a lion in thy house. The Apocrypha said that don't be a lion in thy house. First, we supposed to be so hard. The scripture said, it literally had to give you a commandment, don't be a lion in your house. You understand?
Yeah.
It tell you, give your wife due benevolence. It basically tell you, calm down.
Right.
Calm down. You understand?
Everything is to be rowdy.
Sorry. I see your chat here, Mark. Jesus is a Negro, not a
No, read
White
it,
man?
read it. Slow down again. Read it again. You read it wrong there, sir.
This is the
Not the white man.
Right.
So that means everything we ever learn is a lie then.
Exactly.
Right.
Point blank square.
So that means back in the times in the cave and thing when the white man come.
No, that is the white man. It's
Destroy
right there.
everything.
No. That's it right there. The white man was in the cave, not we. That he came, he was dwelling in the Caucasus mountains of what? Germania, Russia.
Right.
When we was ruling as Moors, right? When we ruled Europe, right? And in known world at the time, as Moors under Muslim vibes, he was in the Caucasus mountains as a caveman, as a cave dweller. His wife used to be picking ticks off of his head. They didn't used to bathe, right?
They still love it.
Really and truly, this image here is a true man that lived.
Yeah.
His name is Serge Bourget. The son of
Alexander the Sixth
Pope of Rome. Right? This image have a teaching come with it. Right? It have a
So that means the conquer the black people and right over everything.
Right.
It's nothing like black people.
The Israelite.
It's not such a black person, but we understand what you're saying. But a black person, if you look up the word black, it means boil and light. That word black and white, it never had no black and white people. That come in somewhere in the 1500s.
That come when white man started ruling.
He wanted to make a he wanted to separate white supremacy basically.
Because
when I say the black man he evil.
all people on
and white means purity, but he's not pure. He's the wicked one. He's the black one.
most all people on earth are different shades of brown, which came from the Hebrew word Adama or Adam. Different shades of brown. There's nobody who's literally black.
That was the man Solomon from it. 14 and read it. Read from 9. Go up it's from 9, man. Where they say that change all the images and things. Where the heathen change all the images.
I say Maccabees. Maccabees 3 and 4.
Maccabees?
Yeah.
So does that make no sense? Everything you're telling me is a lie.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, read it.
That's right.
Yeah, Maccabees.
So it's basically we stories the changing over and paying what I want.
Right.
Taking out what I want, paying in what I want.
Yeah. Right. They actually change the whole doctrine of the Messiah. They bring their own doctrine. A more soulful, nice doctrine.
So then therefore there are no such thing as Christmas then?
No.
No, you don't have no such thing as Christmas. Nimrod was born on Christmas. Nimrod is a celebrating birthday a whole week.
His wife was Saramis.
From the 22nd to the 25th or something so.
Basically all traditions or all holidays or holidays as they say is not biblical. All of them are
Revelation 11, let me share something about Christmas.
none of them in the Bible. None.
It's only Christmas.
So I was right then.
It's in the Bible, but
Because them saying Jesus born the 25th. But when you read in the Bible, you ain't seen nothing like bumbug like that.
Now, in the Bible, it talk about Christmas, but it's not nothing good to say about it. Guys, from it.
It ain't to see that it was snowing time. It was no Christmas time.
when the Messiah was going to be born, what was going on in Jerusalem at that time?
Right,
What customs the Jews was keeping at that time?
from how they explain it, it wasn't even snowing.
Right, no.
Alright.
No.
Alright.
New Year's is also a lie also. You actually living in the matrix. New Year's, when the year is come to an end.
What?
When the year has come to an end.
I didn't celebrate Christmas.
When the year has come to an end. I'll show you how you're living.
Does it actually come down?
Yeah.
It don't come down, it's continue?
It's continue. Well, when the cycle restart. When the cycle restart.
When I say New Year, when the New Year is coming.
Right, here what you see, the planet does tell you.
And New Year
the planet, the scriptures talk about watch the animals and observe. The planet does tell you, right? When we are like in the above the equator, because all them things, equator and all them things is the white man term, all them things, right? There are 4 seasons, right? winter, spring, autumn, no spring, summer, autumn, fall, winter, right? Winter is when the planet dead. From autumn and fall, all the leaves just fall off of the tree. Winter, everything that's going to hibernation, all the animals that's going to hibernation, they just gotta be gathering food, fattening up themselves and going to hibernation and hide deep in the earth or in caves so that they can keep warm, right? The plants, the trees, just die off. Now what happens when they cut a tree? You know, you tell how old a tree is? They just cut a tree and it's have rings. You call them rings in the tree, annular rings. Meaning to say that every year they get a new ring. So if the tree dies off in the fall and the winter, it does get a new ring when? In spring. In spring, the snow does melt. The waters has come down. It has wet up everything. In Trinidad and the West Indies, we have what? The rainy season. That's right. It's a whole rebirth, a whole refreshing of the cycle of life.
Okay.
Right?
So more or less that is when the new year starts.
Right. Now when they go back into the scriptures concerning the birth of the Savior, he was born around that springtime.
But this is
because they talk about the manger and the shepherds out tending to the sheep and the flock and all that kind of business.
Exactly.
Right.
Them kind of no sheep in.
Right. So he wasn't in no freezing or snow.
That was right.
Even the animals know when the beginning of the years. Read that for me.
This is Jeremiah 8 verse 7.
Yeah.
Yet a stroke in the heaven knoweth her appointed times.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And the turtles.
The stalk in the heaven.
Stalk, yeah, it says strokes.
The stalk in the heaven knoweth her time.
Yeah, it's like a stalk. Stalk.
Right.
Right. And the turtle, that go back to the turtle dove.
Yeah,
and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming.
No, not the turtle dove, but the turtle, because what a turtle would do, like for example, we have there's come here in Trinidad, they'll come and they will lay the egg, and the first season they'll go out, they will travel, because they just tag them too. I think they tag them here in Trinidad too. You will find turtles from here reach all of Australia and come back right here when they're born and grow. Right, to lay back eggs again and they'll go their way until they die. But them just live hundreds of years, but now they die now. Because one of the atrocities I've seen most recent times, the brothers are bringing it out for New Year's Day, that they're finding herpes in turtles now. Huh? Yeah, they're finding herpes in the sea turtle now.
It's so sexy, the turtles, is that what's going on?
You are? But we don't know why people nasty.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Go ahead.
Continue to read.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Yeah, bring it out. I'll learn something. Bring it out.
And the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming.
Yeah, they all observe the times. They know when the year is coming to end.
Even a day.
When to go into
hibernation to come back out. Because Salakia, it have a scripture, I can't remember, it's the hardest scripture for me to remember, but it's in my heart. That says that you see in an evening and a morning, right. If you notice that the birds and the insects making noise, to tell you that the day start, it's because they're giving praise unto Yahushua.
Right, they know.
I have a scripture that says so, but I never remember that scripture.
They know the times and the seasons.
And the seasons.
You know insect does that? The seagull, you see them seagull them? Yeah. The insect, they make a certain noise.
Yeah, it's a beetle, but it scream out really hard. No, we don't represent any religion. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and that's your nationality. You are not an African, my sister. You're a Hebrew Israelite.
Let me do one thing at a time.
We'll touch it there just now. Let's finish up.
Yeah, people.
Whole thing.
Jeremiah 7. Yeah, the stork in the heaven knoweth her appointed times, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming. Yeah. But my people know not the judgment of the Most High.
But my people don't know. They don't know when the year coming to end. They just celebrate something called January the 1st. It really goes back to a Babylonian god called Janus. It's a pagan god. Janus. Every name that we have for each month is a pagan god that they are serving. But we want to go back on the image of Christ. When so-called Jesus, which is Caesar Borgia, when they bring it around.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 9. Says, for the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them and the corruption of life. Just for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
A father afflicted with untimely mourning. That is talking about his father, which is
Alexander the Sixth.
Alexander the Sixth.
Rodrigo Borgia.
Rodrigo Borgia is his name.
It says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he had made an image of his child.
Because he, who's the painter name again?
Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci, no?
Leonardo da Vinci.
That was his lover.
Both of them.
Yeah, with a competition.
Yeah.
His father had, he invited all these two men to paint.
Yeah, no, Da Vinci, right? He's not the man who they had on TV there. They were the code and all kind of thing.
Da Vinci Code. That movie. That movie, yeah.
Talking about two men that he appointed to paint his son.
There was artists.
There was artists, but there was also great.
So this whole myth with Jesus going on the cross and all kind of thing, this was real?
His name. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Somebody did die on the cross.
Yeah.
But not this guy.
He was white.
And he wasn't. Or so-called white.
It says for a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he had made an image of his child.
Yeah, he made an image of his child. Go ahead.
Soon taken away, thou honored him as a god.
Yeah, because he was taken away, meaning he died at an early age. He gets some disease and he died. Because he was a homosexual. He was having sex with his sister. He was a pedophile. He was a murderer. This man. Deep in That's what he was. Satanist.
Right, so this is 1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. It says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
What they did, they tear down all the dark images and they put up the self.
In some old-time Bibles, they'll show you some pictures. Old-time Bibles, they'll actually show you pictures of people inside the book.
Right, they call that iconoclasm. Iconoclasm. They destroy all the images and they put their own self as a god. Yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
This is Romans 1, I read at verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man.
Into image, this is the image here.
And how is a corruptible man? Because this is actually a curse. This skin color is a curse. Leprosy.
They have no melanin.
Hey,
and not to have melanin is a
he himself is corruption, because the doctrine that man come in is not the doctrine of truth. For that doctrine, he come in as peace, peace, peace and love, right? But he killed how much people? He enslaved our foreparents and brought us to these different parts of the world in the name of peace, peace, peace and love. You understand?
Awesome. Yeah, for you. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 14 to 15. Let them that dwell in about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters which the everlasting I brought upon them.
Yeah, remember the captivity. So now we don't consider the way that we, the Negroes, were brought here into the so-called island Trinidad and these other West Indian islands, the South American islands going straight up to the North America because they have so-called North African Americans.
Yeah, but...
Right? We don't consider the way. Listen.
For he had brought a nation upon them from far.
He brought a nation from far. And the word nation goes back to Raza, race or ethnicity. So he brought a different race of man from far. Go ahead.
A shameless nation.
A shameless nation. They was the cavemen. Them was the dogs. The scripture speak about these dogs. This contemptible man.
Hey, and they're talking about they used to grunt and so forth, right? Cavemen.
Yeah,
and of a strange language.
And of a strange language. We domesticate them. We teach them etiquette. And now they act as though that they are elite over us, that they have some form of domestication, some form of civilization. The Australians, those them up in Europe, right? They're supposed to be the standard of class. Well, actually, whatever they have, they got in terms of distinguishment, they got it from Jake. Go ahead.
Who need a reverence, old man nor pity child? Because hey, in slavery, if you watch movies like Roots and these so-called slave movies, you show the so-called white man, right? Which his biblical name is Esau, right? Or nation Edom, meaning red, because they're really red skinned, they're not white. Right? They'll actually show you they need a pity old men or how young. They'll kill little children innocently, hang them on trees right in the square there.
The Native Americans, what they do? They used to skin the Native American man and wear his skin as pants. You know, there's a baseball team or a football team called the Redskins, right? Yeah. Right. There's Native Americans, they used to skin them. They used to skin the women. They used to, the American football, it's because the Native American breast, the women used to cut off their breast and stuff it and then throw it. That's the origin.
Are you here tomorrow night?
Nah, we have normally every Monday we just be here. Normally.
Monday.
The reason why this book is called the Apocrypha. This is the book that they took out of the Bible. Somebody have a Bible to show? It's 16 left.
Nah, we don't have that right.
The reason why they took out this is because it spoke directly against the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, because if the people really know where we really born and really know where they come from, probably half of them man and them mightn't be how they is now.
The people don't care. The people don't care.
They don't care. Really and truly, who caused that?
Yeah, because they don't know the truth.
No, they don't care about the truth.
We're born to, right?
Because they get too corrupted now.
I would say this, right? Because of the so-called Christian, the so-called church, right? Today, people know it's bullshit. So when they see men reading the scriptures out here, they will say, nah, but that's bullshit, and they walk past. They feel we know what we're talking about, but we actually know the scriptures. We had the account of all the people that was in Genesis.
Because if I could say this, right? By the scriptures, say, "Woe to the pastors that scatter my flock," because actually scatter the flock. All of our history.
In the scriptures.
Yeah, our history as a people, slavery, about the cases, is within the scriptures.
Right.
But they actually, these pastors actually take you away from it.
The pastor, they so much that they understand, they will say by that Bible is shit. But really and truly, the teachings they get from the scriptures, they never teach any the truth.
They teach you how to feel. Our emotions.
Them teach you how to dominate you. More or less bring it down and keep you one way.
If you really look at
so they can control it.
If you really look at these people, how they just teach, how they preach, they will read from the scriptures. They will tell you how them feel. They will make up some story and make you feel good.
Enticing words.
Or they might take out a little piece of the scriptures and they will write ride on that.
And bend it there.
And bend it there.
See, that is why I stopped going to church.
How you say?
Right.
My speech and my teachings was not with enticing words and what?
Right.
So far
Men's
was
wisdom.
right.
Men's wisdom.
Some of mine are wrong.
Yeah, because the word church goes back to the word what?
Ecclesia.
Ecclesia. It means to cry out. It's not a building. Right?
Yeah, must back up the scripture what the brothers reading there and stuff about the so-called white man being above me now. Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. The stranger that is within thee.
The stranger, I said. The stranger is the so-called white man. Go ahead.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Right. Somebody get Ecclesiastes 10 and 7 for me.
That's how we feel.
Yeah.
This is Lamentation.
Yeah, Lamentation agenda.
Lamentation chapter 2.
That's our problems. That's how
verse
real
17. It says, Yahweh had done that which he had devised. He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old.
Right.
He had thrown down and he had not pitied, and he had caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee.
Caused thy enemy.
He had set up the horn of thy adversary.
Now, if you ask any church-going person, any so-called church-going person, who is your enemy? They'll tell you somebody, they'll tell you Satan. The word Satan means what?
Adversary.
Adversary. Your true enemy is who the scripture say. Get Deuteronomy for me. You show you Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
And do a processor elimination.
Yeah, we will show you who your true enemy is.
When we was in slavery, who was...
No, the Bible is true. It's the only truth on the planet. This is the only truth.
The teaching that the people
It's just lies amongst the truth.
The teaching that the teaching people is the lies. Not the scriptures. The scriptures is the truth, but it's just the teaching. They never teach you the truth out of the scriptures.
They never had you understand it.
And now tell you that they don't teach you the scriptures.
Because really and truly they will teach you.
Because they don't know the scriptures. Salakia, go ahead. Salakia.
They will teach you to keep tithes, but they wouldn't teach you the other set of laws in the Bible.
Right.
But tithes is beneficial to them because them gain all their money. Understand?
But the thing about the scriptures is, it has the nice parts, but it also has the bitter parts where you might like. But it's the truth. It's just the truth, that is all.
The truth is always something nobody will like.
It's sweet like honey. But when they started taking it, it becomes bitter. Because why? Why now? You start to see the world as it is. You start to see the world and you will see the world like it is.
Okay.
Really wicked.
Good night. Bless, respect, or you start to fight me. I go for my child.
Women don't really. Women just. It's going and it's come out by tomorrow. Somebody had something? But yeah, brothers, we only the thing for Christmas, we will jam on that Christmas. You know, let me show you the Christmas tree because that tree, it really goes back to ancient Babylon. Right? Huh? What is that? No, I had two men. One of them, who had it?
I got something for you. I got something with the Christmas tree where you should go to the forest and worship the Christmas tree.
Right. But bring it out there. You have it?
Yeah, I bring it up.
You have something there, right?
Probably the same thing. No, this one is ours. This one,
Revelation 11 from one go up and we go deal with that Christmas. So we go show you in the scriptures it speak about Christmas here, but I have to speak about Jeremiah 10.
Why would Jeremiah?
Hey, go ahead. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Yeah.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spoke it unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel, go ahead.
Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So learn not the way of the heathen. The heathen just means a non-Israelite. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed are the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven. Go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Right. That thing is a custom of men. Go ahead. It's vain. Worthless. Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Yeah. They go ahead and cut the tree out of the forest. Go ahead.
The work of the hands of the workman.
Right.
With the axe.
Right.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
No, what they do today? Bring all that from me.
This is so back up in the scripture. This is the origin of Christmas tree, right?
Right.
Go back to pagan Roman custom, right?
Right.
These heathen used to worship the Christmas tree because this is the only tree that stay green right throughout the year.
Right.
So they worship this tree, right? It said the origin of Christmas tree. It said just as early as Christians, it said recruited Roman pagan by associating with Christmas with the Saturnella, so to worship of the Astrea, it's a cult, and of shooting were recruited by the church sanctioning of Christmas tree. Right. He said pagan had long worshipped trees in the forest.
Yeah.
He said brought them into their house and decorate them. And this observance was adopted and painted with a Christian, he said, veneer by the church.
No, they really adopted from ancient Babylon too, because in ancient Babylon, this woman, what's she name? Nimrod mother, Semiramis, she had the tree and she used to hang the slave's head on the tree. Right? She used to hang the slaves. To cut off the heads and hang them on the tree. The children too. Skulls. It's to hang the skulls on the tree. It's the same thing that we do with the nice balls on the tree. That's why the scripture says they deck it with silver and gold, with nice balls hanging. Back in ancient days, they used to put them balls hanging was people's head. Was the Israelites and them head hanging on the tree. For fun, they used to do it.
Folly.
Yeah.
Balls of folly.
And yeah, that's balls of folly. Yeah.
Who's for? They deck it with silver and with gold.
With silver and gold, go ahead.
It's like a watch.
Look, they deck it with silver. Nice.
Gold ball, silver ball.
Yeah, the scripture talking about it. Go ahead.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it may move not.
It move not. No. In them days, they didn't have a nice stand that is put on. So what they used to do, they used to fasten it with nails. Back is a wood crossway. Fasten it with nails so it could stand. Read on.
Verse 5. They are upright as a palm tree.
Yeah, they're upright. Go ahead.
But speak not.
But they can't speak. Go ahead.
They must needs
be born. Go ahead.
They must need be born because they cannot go.
They can't go, they can't move. You have to move them, you have to pick them up and move it. It can't move. Go ahead. It's an idol there. Go ahead.
And I'm going to show that the Roman Catholic Church is the same how it was back then.
Yeah.
I was watching that video when it was actually showing it that they introduced a black baby Jesus into the Roman Catholic Church now to accept some other ethnic group. What the scripture say was black, but the point is that they're allowing this new idol now so that another group will be good with the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, so they will accept it.
Because that's what they used to do back then. They want the East Indians join, bring Mother Lashmi, and the East Indians go join. The only Chinese join, bring Buddha.
They done,
you understand?
They done, them Indian and done this thing because I can't remember how they just called Mary and thing, but it have a church going down south. Hindus and Roman Catholics just come to worship the same Mother Mary thing.
No, what Semiramis used to do, right? He said make the people come and bow down to the tree. Now what we people doing today, if you ignorantly do it, they put a gift under the tree. But every time you put a gift, you have to kneel down to put They come again, you're doing the same thing now. All they're doing is conjuring up spirits, ancient spirits, and putting it on the chariot. You know? New under the sun. That's what Solomon said. It's not new under the sun. They used to do it before, they do it again.
And the reason why I come here, love, you are saying this?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the origin of Christmas, right? Listen to it, right here it said, in the 4th century EC, he said Christianity imported the Saturnella festival, hoping to take the pagan masses in with it.
Right.
What the hell was saying just now?
In them days, they never used to call it Christmas. They call it Saturnalia.
God. That's a wicked and demonic festival. Right? They said Christian leaders succeeded in converting to Christianity the large numbers of pagans by promising them that they could continue to celebrate Saturnella as Christians.
As Christians, yeah. So they just continue. Now the passing and the gifts and all them things. All them things in the scriptures too, but the gift was you. The gift was the Israelites. It's in Revelations 11. There's somebody had that. Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 15 verse 3.
Yeah.
He said, for to know thee is perfect righteousness, yea, to know thy power is the rod of immortality.
Right.
For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us, nor an image spotted with diverse colors, the painting of the fruitless labor, the sight, he said, the sight whereof entice fools to lust after it. And so they desire the form of a dead image that had no breath. Both they
it entice fools.
Fools.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you will celebrate Christmas and that Christmas tree is a fool.
Yeah.
You know?
He said both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things to trust upon.
Right. Somebody get Revelation 11 1 for me.
This is Revelation 11 verse 1.
Yeah.
And there was given me a reel like unto a rod, and the angel stood and saying, rise and measure the temple of Yahweh.
Right, the temple of Yahweh is the Israelites. Go ahead.
And the altar and them that worship therein.
Right.
But the courts which is without the temple leave out.
Right.
And measure it not.
Yeah, go ahead.
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
Yeah,
and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months.
Go ahead.
And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses. And
that's like 2 witnesses. The 2 witnesses is Judah and Israel. Go ahead.
And they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Right.
These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before Yahweh of the earth.
Go ahead.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouths and devour their enemy. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood.
Yeah, they control the elements. Go ahead, read on.
And to smite the earth with all plagues, as often as they will. And they shall have finished their testimony. The beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them.
The bottomless pit is Europe. Read on.
And shall overcome them and kill them.
Right, talking about the elect. Talking about go on, read on. We really dealing with that topic. Go on, read on.
And their heads and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city,
right,
which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right. The reason why they call talking about America, the reason why they call it Southern Egypt is because right now America push that sodomy thing, the homosexual thing, and Egypt because Egypt is slavery. Only slaves that was back in Egypt, they're in America today.
And the sacrifices.
If you look at the dollar have the pyramid at the back of the dollar, so you know America is Egypt.
Yeah, CNI.
All CNI can. Read on.
Egypt also believe to make women equal to men.
Right.
They believe in that. Equal to men.
The sacrifices to Baal too in Egypt.
Make up.
Yes. Because in worship, they still have the brazen bull.
The past gifts one to another.
Cremated. Not cremated.
Embalming.
Embalming.
So job number 11.
Yeah, job number 11.
Supposed to bury that as a dead.
Can. Pump out the blood and then pump the embalming fluid.
Organs and put them in jars.
Can.
Which one now?
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 9.
You finish there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Verse 9. And they of the people and kindred and tongues and nations
People and kindred and tongues, different nationalities, go ahead.
shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half,
Right.
and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the graves.
Right, when I say that, it means the people and them, they didn't teach them. They were still, they were not at rest now. Because nationality is be at rest. I would say, go ahead.
They shall rejoice over them,
They shall rejoice over them, go ahead.
and make merry, and shall send gifts one.
And they'll do what?
And make merry.
What do they say? Merry Christmas, go ahead.
And send gifts one to another.
And send gifts one to another. The gift was a slave. They would exchange slaves. So they carry a slave and say, Merry Christmas. And when they get a Merry Christmas thing, and we people now ignorant thing with it. And Merry Christmas, but they don't know you was the gift. The hell you doing it for? But you're telling them, if you tell them that
And
that's why
they even putting their children on Santa lap.
Yeah,
They
you know
go
what I
find
mean?
their children onto.
now they put Santa, now he like a god, because he knows when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake, and he knows everything. So he like the most side now.
Like my first son, his mother wanted to set up some Christmas party, but she want me to pay for he to go and see Santa. So I said, women, you want me to pay for you to go and see Santa? I said, don't pay, I don't know. He knows Santa not real, no. So I said, why you fucking want to go and pay for him to go and see Santa? Or everybody getting a gift from Santa?
I was watching. I was watching Kunta Kinte yesterday with Roots. Roots. And they were showing how.
Which one? You want or you want?
I don't know.
You want?
The fella from Star Trek, wasn't it? Toby was the fella from Star Trek.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know the new one.
Yeah, go.
And they had the Kunta Kinte, he was from some African tribe, some warrior. And he know nothing more morals than the people, and I was keeping Christmas. And I was taking the gifts. That all these slaves I'm wrong about. And then all these slaves and I'm saying, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And that one day, they could dance, they could drink, they could eat, and everything good that one day. And from there, that was the people that started to pick up that shopping was with that Merry Christmas and that good, that vibes. Yeah, and cooking food and everybody having a good time.
That scripture talking about all the nation that the Israelites and then pass them one to another. Say Merry Christmas and them over. I think Amos 7, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Baruch, chapter 6, verse 26. He said, they are born upon shoulder, having no feet. Wherefore they declare unto men that they be nothing worth. He said, they also that serve them are ashamed. For if they fall to the ground at any time, they cannot rise up again of themselves. Neither, if one set them upright, can they move of themselves. Neither, if they be bowed down, he said, can they make themselves straight? But they set gift before them.
Like when the Ark of the Covenant, they come face to face with Dagon. The Philistines had to come and set them up straight.
God.
Next day they come meet with the hell and he was the hand gone. You understand? And I went and go, hey, there is God. They set back the Ark of the Covenant.
God.
With
victuals.
Yeah, with victuals. Yeah. The fella who tried to hold up the ark in 2 Samuel, when the thing and the Lord killed it. The Lord does act on spot. The ark is so float.
Out of the book of the law, right? Exodus chapter 23, verse 8. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the words of the righteous. That's out of the book of the law.
And the coolest thing is after Christmas is what? It's Purim. Wasn't that last week? Sure about that.
And then these devil like to say, right? Let me read this here, man. These devil like to say is sweet Jesus body, right? Devil say, that's right. The problem was that they were actually Christian about Satanella. He said to remedy this, these Christian leader named Satanella concluded day, December 25th, to be Jesus' birthday. So they make that up. Yeah,
because it's celebrated 22nd as Saturday. Yeah. 22nd of December is celebrated as Saturday, and then they go to the 25th and say, we all do this, so that Christians can join into the debauchery.
That is also the 22nd. Which one was the peak of the winter solstice?
Is that because it's actually so good for it was at like it's give 9 mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at some people might say it's a 12-day feast, some might say it's a 9-day feast, leading up to the 25th.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was part of the finalization there.
Yeah. Like when they say the first day of Christmas.
The 12 days of Christmas, that's how the song goes, yeah.
Exactly.
Go back to the winter solstice worship.
Yeah, but this used to start, I think, from the 17th of December to the 25th.
Right.
You used to do close on the place, no law. You could do whatever you want. That's no law.
They show that, well, basically kind of like, that's what the purge is about, you know.
Right.
Kind of like that.
You could just fuck up and done. If the man's your enemy over there, alright. When the time it, you could fuck you up.
Because, let me say this too. Now, all the feasts we still keep, all the feasts, we still give praise and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But in Christmas, Santa, everything is Santa.
My glory, I'll not give to another.
Right? Hey, the time about to cut off, so let me close off. So that, we give our praises to Yahweh. Right? Give double honor to the apostles of greatness to that well. Salutations to the men of the Hoop and Saint Select, is in Trinidad camp. Say Mawat Lababal, Mawat Lagawamyam, Mawat Lagawayam, Mawat Lag 2/3 of Israel. Peace and salutations to the hope elect. And until that time, we say Shalom.
Shalom.